SBC Media Partners presents Shikellamy Braves Football with Kevin Herr and the Chief Dave Ritchie. Shikellamy Braves Football on WKOK Sports.
57 yards passing and 9 touchdowns in the air. Luke Keeley will be the halfback along with Gavin Kiefer. We'll see Thomas Pollock, the leading receiver with 576 yards receiving on his 8 touchdowns for the junior. Corbin Stahl, Charlie Walter will also be on the receiving corps. Jacob Brzezinski will be the left tackle along with Brady Kowalczyk. Devin Bingaman will be the center, Willie Bender the right guard, and Everett Purdy the right tackle as the Braves come out in their fast white uniforms, all white with maroon numerals and navy blue trim. Catius will be the defensive end along with Hunter Collette and Malcolm Tagba across the front, along with Gabe Doobie. That's the front four. Shane Fry, Wyatt Schrader, Christian Ackerman, and Zane Thomas will be the linebackers. Brocious and Wheaton will be the corners, and Moore Stewart will be the safety. We talked about Hunter Collette. He has 6 tackles for a loss this year, 3 sacks, leading the team in that category defensively. We will have the opening kick when we return. This is Shikellamy Braves Football on News Radio 1070 WKOK as we wrap up the Sunbury Motor Company pregame show and streaming audio presented by Lackawanna College. And we'll continue on here on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. Give us an opportunity to talk a little bit more about this matchup between the Shikellamy Braves and the Bloomsburg Panthers. And, Chief, we talked about it for the last couple of weeks now. These two teams have been on parallel courses since, well, basically 2 years ago. All these sophomores and freshmen that were playing 2 years ago here are now juniors and seniors, and talented wide receivers on both sides of the ball, talented quarterbacks on both sides of the ball. Is this going to be the first team to play defense wins?
I would say so, but I think when we were talking in the pregame show on the radio, the fact that I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Both 2 years ago in the overtime and last year, both teams were in the 30s. And, you know, when two teams score 60 points in a football game, defense is having trouble with both offenses. These offenses are so similar. They both have good quarterbacks. Brocious is probably a little bit quicker than Raybuck. Raybuck's a lot bigger. I mean, Brocious is 180 pounds, and Raybuck is probably 216. But they also have a great wide receiver. All right, we always talk about Thomas Pollock and his ability to catch the ball, and of course they've got Moore Stewart, who also is a running back, who basically is one of his best receivers. The one thing that Shikellamy doesn't have, they got Jack Catullus, who is also a big kid that they threw to last year a lot. And Shikellamy really hasn't developed that secondary receiver yet, and we're into the 8th game of the season. But I think both lines match up pretty good. I think they both have the same amount of experience on offense and defense. Linebackers, well, I'll have to wait and see about that in the same way with the defensive backs. But I think that you're correct. When the team that plays, what I would say, gets the most stops is going to win this game, and the team that takes advantage of once they get into red zone scoring, and that's important.
And now they're taking a couple of minutes here to remember the late Joe Cesare. Joe, a longtime wrestling coach in the North Schuylkill area, as well as being a wrestling official and a football official.
I have a great story about Joe Cesare. Back in the early 80s when Shikellamy was wrestling North Schuylkill, that week the brother of one of the wrestlers for North Schuylkill died. And what Joe did was they didn't have anybody to take the spot of the brother in the lineup. And the class act that our coach Lockoff was, he didn't put anybody in that slot, so it was a double forfeit that night. And, you know, when Phil passed away and Joe Cesare spoke at his celebration of life, it was really, really awesome, and he reflected on that.
There you see it on our screen there, the video board remembering Joe Cesare, who passed away on the 7th. And after the moment of silence for Joe Cesare, we rejoin News Radio 1070 WKOK here on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. And before we get ready for kickoff, by the way, the Braves won the toss. They have elected to receive. They will be moving left to right as we view things toward the north end zone. Let's pause for station identification. This is Shikellamy Braves football. So it'll be Michael Mosteller ready to boot the ball away when the Mike Kogut will break the huddle there, and everybody on a knee on the far side for the Bloomsburg Panthers here from Panther Stadium in Bloomsburg, post Bloomsburg Fair.
It looks like Keeley is back to receive, along with a freshman, number 24, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, a little bit of Gavin Kiefer to the far side, to the near side rather. Yeah. And it looks like Kyler Campbell to the far side.
You are correct. I got to get used to these freshman and sophomore running backs.
Gabe Valderrama is to the near side at about the 25-yard line, and it looks to be Tristan Smith to the far side. Bloomsburg will set up right smack on the X, and that is where Chad Coolbaugh, a little change there from what we expected. Coolbaugh will do the kickoff duties, and we are underway. Short kick hits at about the 15, squibs up, and is controlled at the 10 to the 15 to the 16-yard line, and that's about all the further Gavin Kiefer will get.
Yeah, that's just a nice job by Bloomsburg's kickoff team. Everybody stayed in the lanes. It didn't help the Shikellamy offensive part of that game when Kiefer had trouble getting the ball. He just didn't get it. He would have probably got another 5 yards till he met that wall of red.
Well, and he also put it in no man's land there, too.
Yeah, they might.
They're going to make an adjustment, I'm sure.
Yeah, they have. You never know sometimes if, like you said, we didn't have that young man kicking, so they might have been looking at somebody else, and he might have kicked it deeper.
So the Braves will break the huddle again in their all-white uniforms, where Bloomsburg is in their all-red uniforms with white numerals, black trim as well around the sleeves, and the red pants. Raybuck with both backs around him. Play fake. He's going to run it to the outside. He's going to try and turn the corner, and they deny him the opportunity. He's going to lose about a yard on that one. Will bring up second down and 11 at the 16-yard line. Yeah,
I'm sure that Bloomsburg was ready for that play, but again, a lot of good lateral movement from the inside of Bloomsburg's defense, and Brody never had a chance to even get any type of momentum going. There was no hole there at all.
Well, and it looked like it might have been a broken play a little bit too, Dave, because it looked like he was trying to even, if nothing else, fake the handoff.
It didn't look crisp.
It did not look comfortable, right. Far side man-to-man coverage on Pollock. And Brody will run the ball to the left side for Gavin Kiefer, and he will lose a yard to the 15, and there was a big hit there.
Yeah, that was number 4 in on the kick. That's Shane Frey. Actually, the pronunciation is Fry, okay? F-R-E-Y, but they pronounce it Fry. This is a very tough front four for Bloomsburg, and plus they've got, they got those 2 inside linebackers that fill very well also, and that's what Fry was, one of those linebackers.
That'll bring up a third down and about 13. Braves have to get past the 25-yard line. They want to keep this drive alive. Brody back to pass, 2-step drop, fires it on the slant, in and out of the hands of Corbin Stahl. Threw it on the back shoulder. I don't think it would have been enough for the first down anyway.
No, I don't think so either, but Wyatt Schroeder was there. All right, he probably would have made the tackle right away. So now we're going to punt, and that means Mr. Raybuck's going to go back and have the honors of doing that.
Well, he had a 70-yarder last week against Selinsgrove. Got a nice little roll out of it, but it went forever.
That's one thing that we can say about Brody. He's like involved in about everything in the offense.
Brocious is back deep, and also Moore Stewart, 2 very dangerous returners at about their 40 and 45-yard line. Punt is away, and it will wobble its way to the 45, take a bounce to the 40, to the 35, and that's where Brocious will take it. He will get up to the 44-yard line and then is driven backwards. And then a late flag coming in.
Well, there's some jawing going on down there.
Maddox Hoover went a little long after the whistle, but I don't know that it was really long enough to draw the penalty. I think maybe what happened afterwards might have been part of what happened.
Well, one of the players for Bloomsburg was pointing back towards that. You're right; it did go a little bit too far. But you know what? In his defense, they didn't blow that whistle.
Yeah, it was a late whistle. It was a late whistle. They're going to call a personal foul
against Shikellamy,
and it'll be against Shikellamy, and that will march it all the way into Shikellamy territory. The Bloomsburg Panthers, wrong Panthers. Bloomsburg Panthers will have the ball in Shikellamy territory to get things started here.
Well, I agree with you, Kevin. I don't think it was on the actual play. It seems it happened afterwards. I mean, we know that Wyatt Brocious is a very animated quarterback, and you know he's going to be talking too. So you got to keep your cool. You got to just play football and be done with it.
Back to passes, Brocious at the 50, lobs one up there. Ooh, almost intercepted by Thomas Pollock. He went high and got a fingernail on that one to knock it down.
Yeah, they had that red, but boy, what a nice job by Bloomsburg's offensive line. Looked like Shikellamy was bringing a lot of people that time, and they just held on to it and gave Brocious time to throw that ball.
You mentioned it earlier. You had said that this Bloomsburg team likes to little dink and dunk and quick passes, and that was one of them.
Yeah, that almost looked like a double move on that side, but he got about 10 yards deeper than I expected.
One man in motion to the near side, and they're going to swing it off to the man who was in motion. That's Serrano, who will come down to the 35-yard line. That'll be a nice gain of about 8 on second down.
If I'm not mistaken, Willie Bender's wearing number 50 tonight, not number 55. Because that was him that made the tackle, and he was also at right tackle on offense. And he's number 50 instead of 55.
Change in the uniform number as the Braves now look for that quick little run. And, boy, I'll tell you what, they did a nice job. Looked like number 50, Willie Bender, got in there and might have stopped that quarterback sneak from going for more than a half a yard. It'll be 4th down and 1 in decision time for Bloomsburg.
Oh, they definitely have to go for it here, Kevin.
Yeah, I think so.
They've got, I'd say like 2 feet. Yeah, maybe it's close to a yard.
I think they got about a full yard. They have to go just beyond. They're just short of the 34-yard line. Have to go to about the 33. Maybe a little more than a yard to go here on 4th down and 16 on the play clock. Brocious with a sidecar to his right in the shotgun. Braves are putting everybody on the line. And the handoff goes to Brocious, and the second effort will get him across the line as actually Brocious decides to go off the right side himself.
Well, that's what he does so well. You talk about going north and south. He sprints out right, he sprints out left. As soon as he sees an opening, he's going to get up steam and go up there. And he does a nice job of pushing off that outside foot to get in there. And they did stop him before he got to the line of scrimmage, but it was like a bull. He just kept going.
Lights taking full effect now on a crystal clear evening here in Bloomsburg. Brocious with a sidecar to his right. Takes a direct snap. Pressure's coming. Brody's coming from the backside. Hits the quarterback. Falls incomplete. He was trying to get it outside to Morris Stewart, but he took a shot. And Serrano comes up limping a little bit on his right leg, hip, and that may cause a timeout here.
Well, Brody Raybuck is not at linebacker. He's at outside backer or defensive end. He's used to flying up the middle when he would be at linebacker. That time he was coming from the end, and he did a nice job of running Brocious down.
8:38 to go first quarter, still no score. Bloomsburg on their first possession after stopping the Braves on a 3-and-out. Pass to the near side is complete. They'll get it out to Cotillas, who will pick up about 5, maybe 6.
That's Smith on the tackle. See, that's where Bloomsburg's got a number 11. Cotillas is like 6'3", 200 pounds, and we know that Smith is a freshman that's about 140 pounds, and that takes a lot to bring that boy down. But give him a lot of credit. He held on.
Mike Koget's Panthers do not huddle up. They will take the play from the sideline, and they're going to get it in late here. There's about 15 on the play clock, and they're now just getting to the line here with about 11. So they're going to have to hustle this one. Brocious has it with 8 on the play clock. Brocious has him to the line, now sends a man in motion with 4-3, gets the play off. Back to pass, pressure's coming, gets to the outside, and he is ripped down after a gain of about a yard, maybe is bringing up a 4th down now and 2.
Well, I'm looking at Smith again along with Corbin Stahl went out there and made and made the tackle. Now, I would imagine right now you're going to look at maybe this is a tough call for Shikellamy defense because it's about 2 yards, and you know that they've got a good short passing offense, but they also have Brocious in the backfield that's very, very good at just getting outside and getting upfield quickly.
Well, if Masteller is actually the kicker, although we haven't seen him, he does have a 32-yarder as his long, but this would be closer to a 40.
They're going to call timeout.
They're going to have to. Yep, they're going to take a timeout. We'll take one with them. With 7:01 to go here in the first quarter of play, it is Bloomsburg nothing and Shikellamy nothing. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel with streaming audio presented by Lackawanna College.
Fall is here, and there are many reasons to fall in love with a new Subaru from W&L. Get as low as 0% financing for 72 months on all 2025 Subaru Crosstrek and Outback models. Or schedule your test drive today to check out the all-new Foresters and Forester Hybrid models, offering 0.9% financing for 72 months. Plus, this month, every test drive helps donate $10 to the Down Syndrome Society of the Susquehanna Valley. To learn more, stop in and see us off Route 11 or online at WNLSubaru.com.
Thank you.
Back at Panther Stadium here in Bloomsburg, as it will be a 4th and 2, and they're going to go tight formation, almost like the tush-push formation, but of course we know for Shikellamy you can't do that. And now they'll break out of it after they fake the quick snap. They'll stack the receivers tight to the right side. Brocious all alone. They're going to go jumbo. He's going to get to the outside. He's going to turn it up. He has the first down across the 20. Boy, did he have a pile of blockers on that, which looked almost like student body right as he goes to about the 18.
Well, one thing that the Braves didn't do, they didn't get any kind of pursuit from the inside. They did a nice job at turning him in, but to give Bloomsburg's offensive line a lot of credit, they basically sealed off all the linemen along with the linebacker on that side. So, again, he is so good at what he does. He reads that hole perfectly, and once he makes the move, he's as fast as any back that I've seen.
So the clock stopped at 6:54 to go here in the first period, or first quarter rather, with Shikellamy and Bloomsburg scoreless. Bloomsburg on their first possession after stopping Shikellamy on a 3 and out. Fry in motion, now back to pass Brocious. Brocious chased out of the pocket. Ooh. Oh, did he get decked? A big lick from Tristan Smith.
Willie Bender.
And Willie Bender was there as well.
Yeah,
wow.
Wow, that was a pop, all right. And he didn't gain anything on it, did he?
He may have gotten about a yard, but that'll be about it.
Nice job. They flushed him out of the pocket, and good job with Bender. Bender's the inside linebacker, so he had to get out there to make the tackle. And it was a pop, folks. It really was. Probably the biggest hit I've seen. There we just dropped off sides.
Yeah, it looked like Brody Raybuck that time trying to anticipate a quick snap and just jumped offside, almost like he lost where the ball was on the field. So that'll bring up second down and a much more manageable 5 for Bloomsburg in the red zone at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, that's a tough penalty.
And this time Bloom's going to give it right back.
No, they didn't throw it. They didn't throw a flag.
They jumped offside.
Well, they all stood up, which I don't.
Yeah. They got away with one there, unless because the ball was in play. Back to pass, Brocious. Brocious makes a man miss. Fires one into the end zone. Touchdown, Bloomsburg. It goes to number 4, Shane Fry.
Yeah, Kevin, that's the problem. You know, you rush from the outside, you get good contained. He just stepped up into the pocket and got to a little bit to his left, and Fry was wide open in the end zone. It wasn't a great pass, Kevin. It wasn't. Fry had to reach down and get it, but it's a touchdown any way you look at it.
12-yard touchdown pass from Brocious to Fry. That is Brocious' 15th touchdown pass. Fry's second touchdown reception.
Tell me, Kevin, why can the entire line be set and then stand up like that?
Well,
everybody move.
But the receivers actually step forward, which they can't do. And I'm not quite sure how that wasn't a penalty. Unless they were back. Masteller will kick it, and it will be good. 5:49 to go here in the first quarter, and Bloomsburg strikes first from 12 yards out, 7-0 Panthers. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, streaming audio presented by Lackawanna College.
At Paul Q. Ross Construction, your project isn't just blueprints and lumber. It's the fulfillment of your dream. From additions and remodels to custom homes, outdoor living spaces, and more. We walk with you every step of the way, making the progress stress-free and exciting.
This is Paul at Construction.
Ready to bring your vision to life? Go with the best.
Verse 21.
And welcome back to Bloomsburg, where the Panthers lead it by a score of 7-0 on their opening drive here of the ball game. And this end-over-end kick will hit at about the 15 to the 10. And then picked up back and running it back is Gavin Kiefer. Kiefer trying to get to the 20, and he will just get to the 20-yard line right up the hash marks as he is tackled there by Washington.
Completely different type of kick. The first kick was end over end. That was a knuckleball. And when it hit, it just basically, you don't know which way it's going to bounce. It bounced to Kiefer's right, and he ended up having to stop and pick the ball up about the 8-yard line.
By the way, I do want to correct something. We've been calling it Jack Catullus. It is Jack Catullus.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the excavation contractor
Catullus, yeah.
From
I don't even know if that's even, that might be Catullus too.
Catullus.
That is correct. So the Braves with their second possession here in this first quarter, trying to get things going. And Brody will take the direct snap. Play fake. Right down the middle of the field to Felmy, and it is tipped and incomplete by Morris Stewart.
He was open. He had beaten him, but again, the pass was a little bit had a little bit more air on under it. But good play by the defender.
Yeah, it had to be a rainbow instead of a dart. Shikellamy student section to our right, opposite no, actually that's the Bloomsburg student section. It is to our right in all black, kind of the way Selinsgrove was last week. Raybuck now on 2nd down and 10 as the Braves offense have really gotten nothing going so far, and they're going to go 5 yards further back with an offside.
Well, that'll be the Braves' third penalty in this first quarter. We have an offsides, we've got a motion, and we had a personal foul.
So the ball to 15-yard line now. It'll be 2nd down and 15 at the Shikellamy 15-yard line. Raybuck does not have anybody in motion, but he has a running back to his left. Tries a hard count. Bloomsburg does not jump. Now they're going to change the play with plenty of time on the play clock. 15 as a matter of fact. To the left is Luke Keeley. And now they'll send Pollock in motion to stack the receivers. Brody back to pass. Sets up. Lobs one down the middle looking for Charlie Walter. And Charlie kind of slowed down. He had his defender Wyatt Schrader beaten and just didn't get to the football quick enough.
I think you nailed it there. It seems like he didn't stop running, but he slowed down, and Brody laid it out there about 2 yards farther.
I'll tell you what, they have had receivers open.
Yeah,
deep, but they just have not been able to make connection.
That's good pass protection that time by the offensive line.
Gavin Kiefer coming in now for this play. He will make it 2 backs back in the backfield on 3rd down and 15 from the Shikellamy 15. Moving to the backfield, and the other side is Stahl. Back to pass, Raybuck looking down the middle. He will find Thomas Pollock around the middle. Spins out of a tackle at the 20 to the 22-yard line. But that is still not going to be enough for a first down. So the Braves are going to have to punt this one away once again.
It would have been if they wouldn't have got the penalty.
That's very true.
And you got to think about that. Well, again, it looks like Bloomsburg probably going to get good field position here.
Looking for our Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game, the play that we feel made the difference in the ball game. We'll have that coming up on the audio postgame show. Brocious gets the direct snap, no pressure, and he unloads one Fair catch kind of waved for by Wyatt. He will let it bounce at the 23 to the 25, and he will land on it at the 25-yard line. I'm not sure if he didn't touch that one just by the way he reacted, but what a punt.
Well, he called a fair catch, and that ball was loose, all right? So that was a boomer, man. That was, again, Brody Raybuck comes through to give Bloomsburg a little more difficulty, a little bit farther away, a little bit farther back.
I have it at about
in their own territory.
57, I believe, is what that one will come out to.
That was a nice spiral.
And it changes the field.
Yes, it does. Now they just have to stop this offense.
Bloomsburg at their own 25-yard line, already leading it by a score of 7-0. Brocious now is going to have to take a timeout, and that will be the second Bloomsburg timeout here in this first quarter.
Kevin, Bloomsburg has not got their offense around Jarry Moore-Stewart, and he went out of the game. We know that he had an injury last week against Hughesville, but he was listed as starting. So I'm wondering if it'd be interesting to see if he comes back into the game. All right.
Well, they tried to get him on that first pass, and that's the one that Pollock almost tapped into his own hands for the interception. Shikellamy Braves football on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel is sponsored in part by Nottingham Village, Members First Federal Credit Union, Paul Q. Ross Construction, J.J. Powell, and Mart's Gap View Hunting Preserve. Coming up in the second quarter, we'll have Chief's favorite segment. It's Rules of the Game, presented by Weiss, Benner, and Rice LLC.
I'm ready for you this time, buddy.
All right, we'll see. Tight formation right now for Brocious and the Panthers. And now they'll shift.
They're going unbalanced.
Everybody
Kevin.
unbalanced to the near side. Shotgun with Brocious all alone. They're going to run it to the near side with a load of blockers, but the Braves did a nice job of blowing that one up. Got it to about the 1 yard gain. Looked like Raybuck was in there, and once again
that was Raybuck solo, really. I mean, he had him by the legs and brought him right down. That's a halfback counter play. I mean, but they have the quarterback.
But there's no halfback, right?
No, they have all those guys that were over here on this side that were in the backfield and went up on the line. Everybody went. It's a
lot of window dressing.
It was Mount Carmel student body right.
Very, very, yes.
Without the linemen being most of the student body, okay?
And again, they'll triple stack the receivers tight to the line. Actually, quad stack them. Now they're going to hand it off, and that one goes nowhere. The Braves read that one as Serrano picks it up and goes for a loss of 2.
Well, Bryce Broomball over there. Again, they ran towards Brody Raybuck, and he closed it down. Now the Braves have a third down passing situation for Brocious, and not only is it a passing situation, but he's so good at getting out of the pocket and picking up yardage. So we'll see what happens, see if the Braves defense can stop them.
3rd down and 12 at the 23-yard line. Serrano comes to the near side.
They're spreading everybody out here.
They're going to send Serrano to the near, 3 receivers to the near side, and now they're trying to figure out where Fry's going to go. He comes to the near side. They have players all over the place. Now Brocious rolls out. Pressure from the backside. He unloads one. He's got a man in Serrano, and he makes the catch. Oh, what a catch down to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, Maddox Hoover left him go right by him, and it was a great pass. That was a great timing by both the receiver that time, Serrano, and with Wyatt Brocious. Well, you talk about having a team in a difficult situation. And that happening.
That is a 52-yard pass play. Big time pass play. With 2:54 to go in the first quarter, Bloomsburg leading at 7-0. Brocious now sends 2 men in motion. Coming into the slot is going to be Catius, and then a handoff up the middle goes. Actually, it's going to be Brocious himself up the middle, but a flag flies back at the 45-yard line. This one's coming back.
I think they're going to get him for motion because they shifted 2 guys, and then I don't think when they snapped the ball that everybody was set.
Illegal shift is the call.
Yeah.
So this one's coming back to the 38-yard line.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty.
So it'll be 1st and 15.
Repeat first down.
And there you have the call.
That is the first penalty against Bloomsburg.
And that one will come back from the original line of scrimmage where the official is not at right now. Now he is. And that'll back it up for the 5-yard penalty back to the 43-yard line. And Bloomsburg will take over this 1st and 15 with 2:45 to go and the clock winding here in the first quarter. Bloomsburg leading it 7-0. Brocious with a running back to the right. They'll send a man in motion. That's Whedon. And he'll go take a 2-step drop. Pump fake now looking long. He has a man, and it is once again Moore Stewart, who had a step or two.
There's a flag, and now there's another flag.
And there's 2 late flags back, or 1 late flag back at the line of scrimmage.
And the other flag probably is a dead ball foul.
I think they're both dead ball fouls now.
No,
the question is, are they offsetting?
No, the first one was not a dead ball foul. It happened as soon as they dropped back the pass.
Well, now they're coming out to talk to the Shikellamy coaching staff, so it looks like it's against Bloomsburg, as Coach Hoover now will talk to our head referee for this game, Doug Hummel. And we'll wait to hear what Doug Hummel has to say about that, because here at Bloomsburg, they do have the referee mic'd into the PA system here, and we'll be able to pick it up. But
pure speculation, but do you take the play or do you take the 15-yard penalty or whatever?
I guess it depends on what the penalty is.
We'll see what happens here.
All right, let's see what Mr. Hummel has to say.
It's against
illegal formation, more than 4 in the backfield on the offense. It'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Well, they're going more than 5.
Yeah, that's more than 5. Well, here's the second part of it.
And we have a personal foul, dead ball personal foul, number 50 of the offense. That was 15 yards.
So there's 20 yards on those 2 penalties back to back. So doubled up on the penalties on Bloomsburg.
I don't have a number 15 on the roster.
I think he said 50.
Oh, did he? Okay. Well, that would be that would be one of the linemen.
Yep. So now it will be first down and yikes. 1st and 35, give or take a yard, at the Bloomsburg 37-yard line. Back to pass, Brocious. Loads at time. Now the pressure breaks down. He unloads, has a man open, completes the pass to Crew Whedon. And Whedon makes the catch for a first down gain of 40.
Again, I don't know if the Braves were in man-to-man or if they were in a zone there, but they're picking on Shikellamy right side of the defense.
Actually, they'll say he landed at the 29-yard line with the 31-yard line with a knee down, so it's only about a 32-yard play.
Brocious is a machine when it comes to throwing the ball.
Boy, does he throw a nice tight spiral, though.
And it is right on the money every time.
There is no doubt he's going to get some looks at the next level, if not the FCS level for sure. Not that big, 5'9", 180. Here's the play fake, back to pass, rolling out to the far side, has pressure, off the back foot, fires, Braves have a chance to pick it. Instead, it drops right into the hands of Catullus, and Catullus will catch the touchdown from 32 yards out. I thought the Braves had an opportunity to pick that one out of the sky, and instead, he just ran right underneath it.
He came from the left side of Bloomsburg's offense, and basically did a post pattern, and he was in between Maddox Hoover and Thomas Paul. I lost my train of thought there.
Thomas
Pollock, and I don't know. It just fell in between the two.
It just dropped right there. Yeah. Good snap, set, kick is up, and it is inside the left upright and good. 1:36 to go here in the first quarter. It is Shikellamy trailing Bloomsburg by a score of 14-0. And again, Braves defense, even on a 1st and 35, could not find a way to stop this high-powered Bloomsburg offense.
Well, they can't stop the ball. I mean, that is a pass that you would think that you'd have enough help back there, but oh boy, there's a lot of holes right now in Shikelamy's pass defense.
Bloomsburg showing why Brocious has 1,700 yards passing and almost 1,800 now.
I would say he has over 100 yards this game in the
Close
first
to
quarter.
it. Close to it. Masteller wearing number 8 tonight. That I just found out. Sidewinding kick. He's the one that we thought was the kicker and is. Now picked up at the 15 to the 20, right up the middle of the 25. That looks like Pollock to the 30. And that's where the Braves have changed things up a little bit as Pollock is returning.
A little bit of a seam there to his right. He picked up on it, but there was a nice shoestring tackle that time. Well, Kevin, the Braves have to do something here. You're down 14-0. You don't want to give the ball back to Bloomsburg anytime soon. You got to pick up a first down,
Gotta have
a couple
first down.
first downs, you know.
Ryan McDonald, our technical director tonight. Riley McDonald up above us with the camera shots tonight on the ball game on our WKOK Sports YouTube broadcast. Thanks for watching and for listening tonight. Raybuck with 2 backs, and he'll hand it off to Keeley left side. Keeley will cross the 30 and get pounded at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, there was nothing there. Number 53 was one of the down linemen. Okay, Bobby Nenstiel with the, or no, I'm sorry, it was Malcolm Tagball with the tackle.
I don't know. Let's see if Ryan McDonald can get a shot. The cheerleaders have some a great hair tie in there. There you go. There you can see the hair tie. That is what we're going to get you, Chief. The blinking hair tie. That is cool looking.
Thanks, buddy.
I like that.
Yeah, you like it.
You have more hair than I do.
Appreciate it.
Brody with the sidecar to the right. Back to pass. Pressure's coming from the outside. Throws the out pattern. It is complete to Stahl. And Stahl will have it at the first down marker. Did he get enough to move the chains for the first time tonight?
I believe he did.
He
Kevin.
did.
Another short crossing pattern. Again, somebody picked up the outside backer at the end there in Catullus and gave Brody time to throw the ball.
Braves cheerleaders here on the new visiting stands from where we were 2 years ago.
Well,
this was the home stands.
They're the same stands. They just switched them.
Yeah,
I mean,
just a different group of
switched
people in them.
Switched the name.
1st and 10 for the Braves at the 40-yard line. 2 receivers far side, 2 to the near side. Now in motion is Pollock. They like to flip it to him sometimes. He fakes like he's going to get the snap. It goes to Raybuck left side. He's going to turn the corner. He's got the 50-yard line, stiff arm to the 45, and then pulled down at the 42-yard line. And the Braves will end the first quarter play trailing at 14-0, but in business with back-to-back first downs. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, streaming audio presented by Lackawanna College.
Ball
and football
are here, so it's time to make the right plays. In the Nissan Murano, you'll cruise with comfort and style.
Rogue is the go-to from game day drives to apple picking.
Huddle up in the Pathfinder, bringing the power and the room.
When it's time to haul or tailgate, the Frontier is your workhorse.
Next month, join us and see the Heisman Trophy in person for our Nissan Heisman House tailgate event.
Visit us in person all throughout 15-inch Moken Dam and online at WNLNissan.com.
Looking for something more than just a Sunday routine? At Christ Wesleyan, we're more than a church. We're a family, a place to grow in faith, connect and serve with others. We make a real difference in the world around you. From powerful worship and biblical teaching to small groups, kids and youth, there's something here for every generation. Join us this Sunday in Milton at 9 or 10:45 a.m. or in Sunbury at 10:15 a.m. You can also find us online at cwc.life. Christ Wesleyan, it's where the light is shared with everyone, no matter who you are.
Shikellamy with back-to-back first downs. Now we'll have a 1st and 10. They'll stack the 3 receivers far side. Brody rolling out to that side. Looking long downfield, lobs one up. And that one, I think, was intended for Felmy, but Felmy could not get away from the defender as there was some really, really good coverage there by Moore Stewart.
Yeah, I believe that was for Felmy because Pollock had basically gone down the sidelines on a fly pattern.
Yeah, and Stahl had already been out of there. They had 3, maybe even 4 receivers on the far side of the field that time. 2nd down and 10 as Coach Schaefer decides to let Brody show his arm a little bit. They'll send 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Now in motion is Felmy to the near side. Now they'll go spread formation. Handoff right up the middle, and boy, Bloomsburg is all over that one. Wyatt Schrader with another big tackle, his 34th of the season, and that went nowhere for poor Gavin Kiefer.
There was, I like in the middle. You notice that Bloomsburg really hasn't done any firing of the linebackers. They have a lot of confidence in the down linemen, plus they got a lot of confidence in their backers playing defensive pass protection along with those defensive backs.
Great crowd tonight on both sides of the ball. A lot of people from the Sunbury Northumberland area making their way here to Bloom tonight. Rolling out is Raybuck to the far side. Has some time. Now the pressure breaks down, and he's dropped at the 40-yard line. Boy, he never had an opportunity. He had an opportunity to get around the defender, but then Catoulis came down and got his 3rd sack of the season.
Well, if you want to talk about an excellent lesson on outside contain and outside rush, that was Catoulis, because he just kept coming and he never left Brody get around him, and basically they both hit at the same spot. It was Catoulis driving him back there. That was a heck of a loss.
Oh, yeah, it was a loss of about 17. Back to the 42-yard line. 4th down, and oh my. Brody will unload one. High kick. Brocious takes it at the 15. Stutter steps, now goes outside and is down at the 25-yard line. I thought he was going to be down at the 20, but then he ends up sneaking ahead before Caleb O'Connor finishes him off.
He made something out of nothing there. He was surrounded by 4 or 5 white shirts, and he ended up getting around them anyway, or getting through them, I should say. We need a defensive stop here. That's all there's said to it. You know, all that the Braves defense has broken. All right, we're not saying it bent but not broken. It is bent and broken.
Yeah, it's broken.
And has been the long passes that have really crushed them.
Clear, crisp, 56-degree night here in Bloomsburg tonight. First cool game of the season. Now we're in football weather. Bloomsburg up 14-0, and Brocious rolling out to the far side. Turns the corner
Ball's
to the 20.
out.
The ball is out. Shikellamy's all over it. Fumble recovered by Luke Keeley. Keeley will grab his first fumble of the season at the 34-yard line. Shikellamy in business, trailing it by 14.
I'm not sure who was over there that when Brocious turned it up in. It was good contain on that side by probably, I don't know if it was Bryce Broomball, but they had good contain on him, and all of a sudden somebody came out of nowhere and the ball came loose, and it went forward too. It didn't give anybody from Bloomsburg even a shot at it.
I was going to say, there's nobody near that ball but all white jerseys. So now the Braves in business trying to close the gap with the first turnover of the ball game, now -2 on the season. Raybuck with a sidecar to the left. That's Kiefer. 2 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Now they'll send Pollock in motion. They'll give it to Pollock. Pollock will try to get a block, turns it up, but then gets hit right at the 35 and lean ahead to the 34-yard line. Read very well up front by Zane Thomas, who has 53 tackles on the season and 5 of those for a loss.
No gain. Last week, Shikillamy's offensive line did a nice job of neutralizing the defense and getting a little bit of a surge. But right now, every time Shikellamy tries to run the ball, we're not getting anything. We're not moving them anywhere, and that was great pursuit from the inside to the outside as Pollock tried that jet sweep.
2nd down and 10. Raybuck gets the direct snap. He will give it right side to Kiefer. Actually, Kiefer kind of goes right behind center and picks up a yard, and that'll be about it. Boy, this Bloomsburg front 4 is just playing really, really well.
They tried to run a trap there. I saw the left guard for Shikellamy pull number 60, and I don't have I know I can never say his last name.
That's Valderrama.
Valderrama pulled, and they just smothered it. Well,
I think it's Gadiel Mojica Valderrama.
Again, we've got 3rd and 9.
3 receivers to the far side of the field. Braves trying to get something going here. Trailing it by 14 here in the second. Brody calls for the ball. Back to pass to the near side. Complete, but then short of the first down marker by about a yard is Pollock at the 26-yard line.
Well, they've got a big 2 or 3 yards to go, 4th and 3.
Yeah, you didn't have to get it all there. It was 4 down territory no matter what, so they have the opportunity here to cut a few yards off of that and now open up the playbook a little bit more.
Would have been nice if they could have got just a little bit more, Kevin.
Maybe, yeah, it'll be 3rd down and about 3. Have to get to just about the 25-yard line, just beyond the 25. 4th down. Raybuck, sidecar to the left, 3 receiver to the far side, changing the play. Now get the ball. Pressure's coming. Back foot fires. Pollock's open, and Pollock couldn't quite get to it, but a flag back at the 11-yard line, and that will either be PI or a hold, depending on exactly when it happened.
Yeah, he tried to go long, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a defensive hold. I don't think it's pass interference. Because
either way, it'll be a first.
Yeah, it will be a 1st down.
And let's go to our Doug Hummel, our official.
Defensive pass interference on number 3.
They did call pass interference.
Well, again, the difference would be is when it happened. If the contact happens when the ball's in the air, it's pass interference.
Right,
if it happens before, it's defensive holding.
Thank you, Mr. Herr. I did not know that. Who said that when you're 71 years old, you're not too old to learn anything? I did not know that. That's a new one for me.
If the ball's in the air, it's considered pass interference. If it's before the ball's in the air, it's defensive holding.
I was a little surprised they had 4th and 3, and they gambled. They were hoping that Pollock, and Pollock did get around.
And Pollock was open.
The ball was thrown a little too straight.
But again, the habeas grabus there is what caused Pollock not to be under that ball, because he ran right by the defender. 1st and 10. Raybuck with the ball in the red zone for the first time tonight. In motion, they fake the pitch, and Brody will take it himself to about the 9-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4 or 5.
I don't know. They're not moving that stick too far there.
I don't know. The ball started at the 14-yard line, but I guess it's down to the 12.
Yeah.
So I guess it was only about a 2-yard gain. Our angle, we're very low on the top of the stands. As a matter of fact, the stands actually go higher than our broadcast location, so our angle is askew and kind of throws things off a little bit. Brody calling for the ball, back to pass, 3-step drop, looking into the end zone. He comes up short. Boy, that was caught and then hit hard. Gavin Kiefer got nailed as soon as he got a hold of that ball by Serrano.
Well, that was a back out of the backfield. I don't think it was a wheel route, but it was Kiefer came out of the backfield from his halfback position, and there was nobody around him. But the man that was supposed to guard him was close, and he made a nice tackle, dropped him right in his tracks.
That'll be a gain of 4. They'll spot it now at the 7-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 at the 7. So the Braves need to get to about the 4-yard line to keep this possession rolling.
Having a little trouble there, buddy.
Yeah, I've got everything falling on here, and I can't see where I'm at, so I'm going to stand up a little bit. Play fake. Brody, here comes the train, and it's going to make its way into the station. Touchdown, Shikellamy.
A little misdirection. Kiefer did not get the ball as he went to the right from his left halfback position, and it seems like the whole defense of Bloomsburg, including the linebackers, went with him, and Brody just split from where they were and the backs that were there, and he lumbered in. The only thing I didn't like, he held the ball out, but that's all right, Brody.
As long as you cross the plane with it,
that
you're
is
fine.
fine, all right, Brody. Great job. Great job by the Braves. Took advantage of a penalty and scored.
To Phillips for the extra point. Snaps down. The set is down. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 6:33 to go here in the half, it is Bloomsburg 14, Shikellamy 7. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK, on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, streaming audio presented by Lackawanna College.
Since 1915, 5 generations of Sunbury Motor Company have been offering you a better buying experience. With new vehicles from 3 trusted brands and a selection of qualified pre-owned vehicles, we'll make sure you drive away in your dream vehicle no matter your budget. So what are you waiting for? Visit one of our showrooms or check us out online today and join over 100 years of satisfied customers at Sunbury Motor Company.
.6:33 to go here in the half, and Raybuck puts the Braves on the board after the turnover and gives the scoreboard a 14-7 look now. End-over-end kick high, taking it about the 15 on the run to the 20 to the 25. Brocious makes a man miss, slides to the left to the 30 and to the 33-yard line, and that's where Bloomsburg will take over.
One thing you cannot do when you're trying to tackle Brocious is you cannot grab him and then go to your knees because he's going to run right through that. And it's just I think one of the strongest runners I've seen in a long time. Well, Brody Raybuck's probably the strongest I've seen, but Brocious pound for pound is just as strong. Well, hey, listen, the Braves got themselves back in this ball game with 6:27 to go here in the second quarter, and get another stop here. You know, Bloomsburg will get the ball to start the third quarter, but it's a lot better going in down a touchdown than down 2 touchdowns.
Absolutely right, but they're going to stack everybody up tight once again. And Brocious now will fake the reverse and run it to the left side, and everybody stayed home. He broke 2 tackles and then dives ahead. He turned a loss of 3 into a gain of 6, down just short of the 44-yard line.
See, I think our players underestimate how strong he is. I mean, he's 180 pounds.
And how quick.
All right, and he just does a nice job of turning like Thomas Pollock does. They had that smelled out, all right. That was a fake sweep, and he went to the left, and they had him dead to rights, a yard behind the line of scrimmage, and he ends up 7 yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
Caleb Long on our audio broadcast producing and working on the WKOK.com scoreboard has a shocker for you. We'll give it in a minute. Brocious fires one up, tries to get a man, and did he make the catch? No, he did not. That ball was just hitting the ground as Morris Stewart tried to lay out for it, and that was the right call from this angle, and the official was all over it.
And he had beaten his man over there.
Absolutely has. All right, here's the one that'll shock you. First quarter, Hollidaysburg 7, Selinsgrove 7.
Well, maybe they got themselves
maybe they haven't gotten off the bus yet.
Fired up because thinking about everybody thinks we're going to get crushed, all right?
Well, Hollidaysburg definitely one of the best teams in the state. And boy, that would be the upset of the season. No offense to Selinsgrove intended there.
What we've got is a very crucial play here, Kevin.
Third down and 4. Back to pass. Brocious in some trouble. Has to come up the middle. It's got the first down. Rushed it right by everybody to the 49-yard line of Shikellamy.
See, he gets back in the pocket, and they push all the guys out, and we're worried about get around contained. And it's almost like a draw play, and there's nobody there. There's no linebacker there. There's nobody that might be shadowing him, and he's just doing what he's done all year long. He's a playmaker, that boy.
5:18 and counting here in the first half. Bloomsburg leading at 14-0. I want to take an opportunity to thank Mike Kogut, who is not only the head coach here, but the athletic director, for helping us out with the facilities here today and getting us all set up for our YouTube and audio broadcasts. Back to pass Brocious. He's going to run the draw, makes a man miss to the 45, and then is drugged down by the jersey, more or less, by Maddox Hoover, but leans ahead to the 40-yard line for a gain of 9 and a timeout by Shikellamy.
Well, they need to adjust to that. I mean, you know, they run everybody off. They get people out. You want me to stop?
Well, we do need it. Well, finish that thought in a minute.
No, go ahead.
This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK. Streaming audio presented by Lackawanna College.
We put our members first.
Since the youngest flew the nest, there's been a lot of tears.
Of joy.
When Arnie had left, we decided to finish the basement.
So we call members first.
Between our low-rate home equity loan and members first concierge, all there was left to decide, dry bar or wet bar.
Very wet bar.
Salute members first.
We put our members first.
Welcome back to Panther Stadium here on WKOK and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. Chief, we'll let you finish that thought.
By the way, that runner was Bob Hayes, played for the Cowboys. Remember I said Hayes, it was a sprinter, all right? That goes back to before the game.
I was going to say, that was before we went on the air even.
Well, I apologize, I didn't know the commercial was going on, but they needed somebody to either stay with him at just on the other side of the line of scrimmage or plant somebody there, because they've seen that twice now, where there's nobody in the middle when he comes through the line.
2nd and 1. He's going to run the play fake, and this one dives ahead. Braves had that one sniffed out too, and he still stepped out of the tackle and dives ahead for a gain of 1 to the 39-yard line and a first down.
Well, they went at his legs, and he just kind of stepped back. Now, that's an impressive move. He stepped back, stepped to the side, and lunged forward to pick up the first down.
I have not seen him since his sophomore year, and I thought he was a pretty good player then, but boy, has he really improved in the 2 years.
You saw him last year.
I did not.
Oh, that's right, you did not. You were recuperating.
I was convalescing.
I keep forgetting about that, Kevin.
Back to pass. Wyatt fires it, and it is behind his intended receiver, Moore Stewart, and almost a backside interception by Corbin Stahl.
Again, I think he had him beat. It looked like he did almost maybe a slant or right down the hash mark, but not a good throw that time by Brocious.
Shikellamy Braves football on WKOK, sponsored in part by Purdy Insurance, Northumberland #1 Fire Company, Shamokin Dam Health Center, Lackawanna College, and Midtown Bistro. And coming up after this play, if we have the opportunity, it will be time for rules of the game from Weiss Benner Rice.
Stump the Chief.
Stump the Chief. That's the other name for it. In motion is Fry to the near side. Brocious goes back the opposite way, finds Catoulis. Catoulis down the sidelines to the 20, to the 10, and a touchdown. Saving tackle will be marking him at the 6-yard line.
Willie Bender did a nice pursuit to bring him down. There was a Brave defender that was right in front of him and fell down in front of him trying to make the tackle, and it was off to the races.
32 yards on another big pass play where Wyatt Brocious rolled out to the right and then just stopped, turned, and find Catoulis laying out over top of the other side, and nobody was there. All the motion and everything was going to the near side.
There was the corner over there. He just came up and missed him.
He'll take the ball now as Brocious works his way down to the 1-yard line. And I'll give you an opportunity to tell you, here's our rules of the game. The offense fumbles the ball that goes forward and out of bounds without being controlled by either team. Where do you place the ball? We'll have that coming up. Here's Brocious at the 1. He'll sneak it in. No signal, no signal, no signal.
He lost the ball. It came back, and he fell on it. He did not make it.
He lost maybe about a half a yard. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal at the 1.
I don't think he lost anything in on it, Kevin, because I'm looking on the screen here, and it looks like the tip of the ball is almost at the goal line.
We'll see if they set it up once again. And this time, he'll go under center with the tight bunch behind him. Back to pass. Or no, he hands it off, rather.
No, he didn't.
Oh, no, actually, he faked it. And
he went around the left end.
And then still didn't make it. Wow, what a nice little fake there, though. So now it'll be 4th down and goal at the 1. And you talk about digging deep now with the clock winding with 2:38 to go. Bloomsburg trying to put another set of points on the board, leading it by a touchdown. And we'll see if – well, they have not – oh, no, now they started the play clock. See if Bloomsburg decides to go for 3 here or take the timeout and just run time off the clock. And it would appear that's what the intent is with 8 on the play clock. And almost create a 2-minute timeout here in high school, but not quite 2 minutes. So there's the final timeout for Bloomsburg. So the offense fumbles the ball that goes forward and out of bounds without being controlled by either team. Where do they place the ball?
Where it went out of bounds.
Forward fumbles out of bounds are returned to the spot of the fumble.
So when did they start that rule?
Well, that's a whole other question now.
You mean it's different from college?
It's where the spot of the fumble happened because no team controlled it as it went out of bounds. That's where rules of the game from Weiss, Benner, and Rice,
I'm
LLC.
Sorry, but I've watched many a game where a guy gets hit and tackled and the ball goes out of bounds, and nobody has control when it goes out of bounds, but the guy fumbled it did. You got to. I'll tell you what.
You want to fact check that one? Is that where you're asking?
No,
me?
I just think it's a dumb rule.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to. I thought you wanted me to. Wanted to be fact checked.
I want to ask you.
I mean, I understand that.
You did your
That's
research.
fair.
You did. That's what it was. Now Braves going to call timeout.
Yeah, that may be the case. Yes, they wanted to see what Bloomsburg lined up with, and they lined up with shotgun.
You know,
there's your rules of the game from Wiest, Better, and Rice. They'll guide you through personal injury, accident and injury, divorce, family and estate law, civil and human rights, and criminal law. Call 570-286-4022 and let Wiest, Better, and Rice help you avoid penalties.
Which Wiest is that? Is it Joel?
Yes.
Okay, then it's Joel. I can talk to him.
Stacy,
right.
too.
I think what you need to do is you need to run those rules of the game by Joel and Stacy, and then see if they think it's a good deal or not.
All right. I will. I'll put that on my things to do list for next week.
That's 2 in a row I blew. Holy cow!
Well, no, you were.
I was like right
you were
on.
doing well.
Yeah,
you were doing well there in the middle of the season.
I lost last
but
week.
Now you're out of momentum. Your momentum's now not there anymore.
If you know. To get back to football here, all right.
On fourth and goal at the 1.
Yeah, if Brocious would decide to go around the end instead of turning it up, now he's back in the shotgun.
Yeah, he's got a sidecar to the right. That's Schrader, who has not carried the ball here tonight, and that one just pushes the pile right in. He had a whole bunch of a surge right there by the offensive line, and there was no opportunity to stop him for the 1-yard touchdown run.
Oh, he had a head of steam going in there, and what that did was that spread everybody out. And they were in a goal line defense in the front there, but they weren't shoulder to shoulder. I'm surprised they didn't do that earlier.
20-7 with 2:03 to go with the extra point pending here from Michael Masteller. The holder will be Klingerman, backup quarterback. He'll call for the ball, put it down, and that one got blocked.
I think Corbin Stahl finally
Stahl
got
blocked
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's been coming in there, diving, going in. You don't go where the foot is. You go in front where the ball's going to come out. And he's been close the first 2 times. This time he got it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a slow approach by Masteller, and I think that was an opportunity for him to take advantage of that. Coming up tomorrow on WKOK, it's Bucknell Bison football. Bison have a noon airtime with Doug Birdsong on the call from Lafayette College as they take on the Leopards in Patriot League play. Got a big Patriot League win last week at home against Richmond. So if they want to stay for a hunt for the Patriot League title, they're going to have to run the table against and starting with Lafayette on Saturday afternoon here on WKOK.
Now, if this kid really booms one, he's been leading up to this, all right? He did. That's a pretty good one.
Yep, and that's taken at about the 20 to the 25 to the 30. Now moving in, it's Campbell, it appears, at the 35-yard line and then runs out of real estate.
That's a good return. He
wasn't bad.
He did get a seam and he got up it, but then it closed up pretty well.
A chill in the air here in Bloomsburg this evening as the Panthers have a 20-7 lead and a timeout to change the footballs.
Offensive coordinator John Schaefer was out there talking to the official. I do not know what he was talking about, but only as John can do, he was very adamant about it. He's the most adamant person out.
He was.
Oh,
they're going to add time.
So he was adamant about it, and it got the one that's best is Coach Hoover.
Yes.
I mean, and then I think John's next in line.
So it's 1:48 now on the clock. And the Braves trail at 20-7. See if the Braves can sneak something away here, or sneak something out here right before the half. Remember, Bloom will get the ball to start. Raybuck claps, sends a man in motion. That's Pollock. They fake to Pollock. Back to pass. Out pattern, right on the sideline and right on the money to the near side. And that is going to be Gabriel Valderrama.
Number 11?
Yes, that will be his first varsity catch.
Nice pattern, good throw. Thomas Pollock drew a lot of people when he came through the formation.
Sure did.
And then he came out towards on the Shikellamy's left-hand side.
He's drawn attention all year long when they run him in motion. 1st and 10 with the clock stopped at the 45-yard line rather. with 1:39 to go. Now Pollock in motion from the near side. They fake it to him. Back to pass Raybuck. Looking long downfield, and the defender, or the offensive player fell, and that was Bobby Felmy. And it looked like maybe he and Serrano got their feet tangled up.
Well, that stops the clock also. It's not as good as getting the first down and getting out of bounds, but Corbin.
So there is going to be a penalty on the Braves.
5 yards. More than that?
No,
10
it's going to be a hold.
A hold.
Back to the 36-yard line. So that'll bring up first down and about 20.
A lot of penalties in this first half. The Braves have had most of them.
Yeah. And big ones, too. 20 yards on a set of penalties for Bloomsburg earlier on. Raybuck now brings him to the line in the shotgun with a sidecar to the left. 3 receivers far side. Calls for the ball, hands it off. Running to the near side is Keeley. He's got some running room. He almost has the first down. They'll spot him down at the Bloomsburg 47-yard line, and they'll quickly have to get on this one. Second down and about 3. We'll see if Raybuck clocks it. He does with 1:15 left. That'll bring up a third down and about 3. Have to get to the Bloomsburg 44-yard line.
I don't think the clock ran.
1:15 is what's on the clock. I did not get a chance to glance at it.
Ryan's paying attention over here. We're not, all right?
Ryan, what did you see?
Oh, just seeing that the scoreboard had it marked first and 20 yet.
They didn't change that. Okay, I got you.
Back to pass, Raybuck looking long downfield. He's going to have to go to the cutoff for short guy, and that's Thomas Pollock, and Pollock got hogtied after a gain of about 1. We'll bring up a flag now in the middle of the field around a bunch of Shikellamy players.
I think it was around the Bloomsburg kids.
Let's see what's going on here.
As they were tackling Pollock.
We have an unsportsmanlike conduct foul on number 11 of the defense. Taunting.
So it will be 15 yards on Bloomsburg. That'll give us an opportunity to pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Shikellamy Braves football. So that big penalty, that was more than 15 yards.
It was Cotillas that got the penalty. They even tell the number here. I never knew they did that in high school football.
Well, they normally don't have the referees mic'd. But that penalty will march it all the way down to about the 31-yard line of Bloomsburg. Back to pass Raybuck. Raybuck cuts it off, finds Keeley. And he will stumble and fall at the 27-yard line. Gain of about 4. They'll quickly have to come up. The clock winding with 50 seconds to go. I believe they have 1 timeout remaining. Raybuck sends Pollock to the near side. Gets the direct snap. Back to pass with a 4-man rush. Has time.
Wide open.
Has to cut it off to the far side, and that one in and out of the hands of Luke Keeley. He was almost too open. Tried to make the cut before he caught the ball.
Well, he was in front of all the defenders, and they were going to be out there at 57-4 and number 2 for Bloomsburg. But I think he would have picked up some yardage. Maybe he could have gotten out of bounds. But the clock did stop now with the incomplete pass.
Shikellamy Braves football on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, brought to you in part by Christ Wesleyan Church, Service First Federal Credit Union, and Sunbury Motor Company. Raybuck, 3 receivers far side, back to pass, 4-man rush. Pressure's coming. He's in trouble, and they collapse on top of him, and a penalty flag comes in after the sack at the 33-yard line.
Well, from where that's at, that looks like a hold.
Yep. I would tend to agree with you, and Mr. Hummel, our official, will have the call. It will be against Shikellamy. And they're going to decline it, it appears. Let's see.
We have a hold. Number 60 is Shikellamy. The offense. Penalty is declined. It'll be 4th down.
So there you have it. The decline penalty, 4th down, will be 4th down and 12. So they'll take the play.
Well, if they
don't, the loss of 6.
If they don't get the first down, they're going to give Bloomsburg the ball back with Probably.
Too much time.
Too much time, even if it's only like 15 seconds.
30 seconds is a lot of time for this offense.
Oh, they're letting it run down. They can do that.
They'll restart the clock with the offensive penalty.
There's going to be 6 seconds difference here, I believe.
And the Braves do have that timeout remaining that they are going to use here. Don't forget, we'll be coming up in the post-game show of the audio broadcast, the Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game. That'll be the play that we think changed the complexion in this game. And Shikellamy will use their timeout.
That's pretty good. I got it right on the nose, 6 seconds.
Yeah. Well, you're pretty good with math, too. Welcome into the broadcast booth here in Bloomsburg. Kevin Herr along with the Chief, Dave Ritchie. Our technical director is Ryan McDonald. Riley McDonald is our camera operator just above us here tonight from Bloomsburg. Opposite angle of where we were 2 years ago as they flopped the field. We talked about that a little bit earlier. And boy, Bloomsburg has been very impressive on the offensive side of the ball with Wyatt Brocious, not only running, but he throws a very tight spiral.
Yeah, the Braves haven't gotten an answer for him when he runs the ball, and they haven't gotten an answer for him when he passes the ball. It seems that the Braves are one step behind on some of the passes that he's made. And, boy, I'll tell you what, when it looks like he's in trouble, and the next thing you know, he gets up through the middle and picks up some yardage. And even when they have a hold of him, he seems to get out of the grasp. And I think I'm almost positive that guys are going to their knees and grabbing him, and he just goes right through that.
He just steps right out of the tackle.
He's very strong kid, really.
So Shikellamy on a 4th down and 12. They have to get to just about the 20-yard line if they want to keep this going. But my guess is this one's going into the end zone. There's nobody back there, empty backfield, 3-man rush coming, and Brody will unload one to the back of the end zone and overthrow the stadium. That one will go all the way through and go incomplete, and that will do it for the first half of play. It is Bloomsburg 20, Shikellamy 7. You're listening and watching Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK, on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, and streaming audio presented by Lackawanna College.
My favorite part is the staff, and the aides are wonderful, and they treat us so well. We're always doing things, playing games. I think they're playing volleyball right now.
I love Nottingham. It's the 3rd nursing home I've worked at. Nottingham truly treats you like a family. They really are concerned with what's going on with you. There's nothing like being with the residents. I mean, you're a part of their lives now. You actually become part of their family on more than one occasion.
Hey, it's Gabe at Zimmerman Motors. It's a spooky time of year as we get ready for the autumn season, and there's no better place to do that than at Zimmerman Motors. That's right, the Jeep capital of Central PA has you covered. We have a huge selection of new and certified pre-owned Jeeps, with more arriving every day. Looking for a full-size pickup? You know there is no better option than a Ram truck, Hemi-Power match with a certified warranty up to 100,000 miles. There's no better 1-2 punch. Plus, with our used car inventory, we always have a selection of vehicles under $300 per month. Come see me here at Zimmerman Motors. I make car buying easy.
1,300 acres of prime hunting ground. Corporate hunts, sporting clays, continental shoots. Complete your visit with overnight accommodations, now available. We are Martz's Gap View Hunting Preserve.
Come let us start your family traditions here at Martz's. Come check us out.
Quality ringneck pheasant hunting. Martz's.com.
Oh, yeah, I may have overdone it.
That is a lot of tissues. Are you okay?
I am for now, but cold and flu season's just around the corner and I gotta be prepared.
I have a better idea. Let's head over to Wise Pharmacy and get a flu shot.
But I don't have an appointment.
We love walk-ins. And just like that, you've reduced the risk of getting the flu.
Thank you so much. So, do I get a lollipop? I was really brave.
With every expedition comes great experiences and also tumultuous rumbles. Will the explorers and the locals mend their ways before this adventure comes to an end? Saturn, the Ring Planet by Rob Ryan. will give this the excitement and beauty needed to write the final chapter in this experience and exploration. Staff includes Tyler Kirstetter, Director of Bands, Brian Bacon, Empress of the Visual Arts, Scott Carey, Blast from the Past, Amanda Lebo, Area 51 Consultant, on loan to another galaxy, Ryan Miller, Intergalactic Brass Delegates, Justin Presley, Drill Designer, Amy Ryder, Warrior of the Wormhole Woodlands, Kate Wells, Governor General Guru of the
In Bloomsburg, halftime here at Panther Stadium in Bloomsburg. Kevin Herr along with the Chief, Dave Ritchie, as we see the Bloomsburg Panthers jump out to a 20-7 lead. They did it on the first drive of the game after stopping Shikellamy on their opening drive to a 3-and-out. It was a 12-yard touchdown reception for Fry with 5:49 to go in the first quarter. The extra point made it 7-0. Bloomsburg, again, on their next opportunity, had Catullus for a 32-yard reception, a big touchdown catch. Extra point with 1:36 to go in the first quarter made it 14-0. Braves were able to get on the board midway through the second quarter. It was an 8-yard run by Brody Raybuck, but that's after the Braves got a turnover and turned it into points. So with 6:33 to go in the half, it was 14-7 in favor of Bloomsburg. But then the Panthers got one more opportunity on a 4th and goal from the one after trying 3 times from the 1-yard line and being denied. Brocious easily got the push and that he needed this time from his offensive line and walked into the end zone with 2:03 to go in the half. The extra point was blocked by Corbin Stahl, and that's how we got to the halftime score of 20-7. But Wyatt Brocious, with well over 100 yards passing here to start this game, and well on his way to a 100-yard rushing game too.
You know, one of the things that the offensive line for Bloomsburg seems to be doing, when he drops straight back, they do what you're supposed to do. They take their guy and they drive him outside, and the guys that are trying to keep contained keep driving him outside. And when he steps up into the pocket, there's nobody in front of him because there's no linebackers and there's no defensive backs, nobody's shadowing him. I'm surprised we haven't tried that yet. And he's been able to get a lot of yardage. There's three things that this kid does. First of all, he's one heck of a quarterback. He's one heck of an athlete. He's really strong. They underestimate how strong he is. They don't like when you tackle him, you got to really put your arms on him and keep driving, not falling to your knees. Number 2, I think they forgot how accurate of a passer he is.
He throws a nice spiral.
He dropped some nice passes in there. I mean, even if the Braves would have been smack dab on defending, he would have been caught. And the third thing is the fact that I just forgot what the third thing was, Kevin. But anyway.
But he had the hand motions down. Did you see all that on the YouTube channel?
I did have the third thing going here. But yeah, it's just I'm impressed with him. He was good when we saw him 2 years ago as a sophomore. Last year he went better. This is the best game that he's played against Shikellamy.
So what's the third thing?
I was just going to say the third thing is he takes advantage of every opportunity that he has. When he sprints out, as soon as he sees something open up, he cuts upfield. He goes north-south. If he's back there and passing and things aren't going right, he just steps up and goes up the middle. And he also has the ability, I think, these guys have been playing together for so long. He knows where to look, not just with the first receiver, but he's on the second and third receivers. And that's a quality that most high school quarterbacks don't have.
Well, thanks for joining us here on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel inside the booth at halftime, where Bloomsburg leads Shikellamy by a score of 20-7. We'll take a look at scores from across the region when we return. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK, on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, streaming audio presented by Lackawanna College.
J.J. Powell's Easy Pay makes heating your home simple. Capped pricing, budget-friendly payments, and automatic delivery mean you can rest easy knowing you're covered. And here's the best part. Enroll in Easy Pay. Visit jjpowell.com/easypay or call 800-432-0866 to join. J.J. Powell, take it easy.
Today, everything from work to play and everywhere in between needs energy. And E.H. Kleckner in Montandon has just the thing, Form Energy. It's the better choice for sustained energy and focus to go the extra mile. Choose your favorites from 4 highly tested flavors, including Screamin' Freedom, Grape Smash, Orange Fury, and Blue Blitz. Form Energy offers mental focus and hydration so you can unlock your full potential with 200 milligrams of caffeine and 0 sugar. Get Form Energy today at your favorite retail account.
This October, it's all about family, fun, and enjoying the drive. The Mazda CX-5 gives you standard all-wheel drive, so every fall adventure feels easy. And right now, save $1,000. Or go bigger with the Mazda CX-50, gas or hybrid. Yours for just 0.9% financing for 60 months. And when the whole cruise along, the Mazda CX-90 delivers with $2,000 off in customer cash savings. This fall, bring everyone together and enjoy the drive. Only at W&L Mazda, off Route 11 in Northumberland and online at WNLMazda.com.
Time to do something a little different with your financial life? At Service First, we take pride in being anything but typical and helping our 47,000 plus members achieve their financial goals. At Service First, we're celebrating 50 years of being friends you can bank on. Become a member today.
Looking for something more than just a Sunday routine? At Christ Wesleyan, we're more than a church. We're a family, a place to grow in faith, connect and serve with others. We make a real difference in the world around you. From powerful worship and biblical teaching to small groups, kids and youth, there's something here for every generation. Join us this Sunday in Milton at 9 or 10:45 a.m. or in Sunbury at 10:15 a.m. You can also find us online at cwc.life. Christ Wesleyan, it's where the light is shared with everyone, no matter who you are.
And welcome back on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. Getting ready to do some halftime scores here in just a moment. Thanks a lot for tuning us in here tonight on your TV. And make sure you click subscribe, and that way you'll know when we go live every week, including next week when we're at Danville 1 week from tonight. And we'll give you an update on some of the things that we were talking about here moments ago with the scores from around the region. Hollidaysburg leading Selinsgrove by a score of 28-7. Line Mountain at the half now leading James Buchanan 34-8. We'll give you some other scores when we rejoin our WKOK audio broadcast here in just a second. Panther Stadium here in Bloomsburg at the half, 20-7 in favor of the Bloomsburg Panthers. They will get the ball to start the second half as well here in just a moment. Let's run down some of the scores on the WKOK.com scoreboard, which you can check out whenever you want on your mobile device or on your laptop or desktop at WKOK.com. Just click on the high school football scoreboard link. Caleb Long doing a great job of updating that for us at our studio location on Blue Hill. Hollidaysburg leads Selinsgrove 28-7. That game on Eagle 107 and on the SBC Sports Live YouTube channel. That is in the second quarter now. At the half, Line Mountain leads James Buchanan by a score of 34-8. Berwick leading Williamsport 35-10. That's in the second. Selinsgrove will make that trip to Berwick next week. It is Warrior Run 28, Hughesville nothing in the second. Montgomery 40, Holy Redeemer 6 in the second. At the half, South Williamsport and Muncie are tied at 7. Loyalsock leads Danville at Ironman Stadium 14-12 in the second. That one a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, but you know what? That's the opponent that Shikellamy has next week.
Exactly.
And maybe Carter Ralph's back from injured, and if he's back at quarterback, they're a completely different team.
Matter of fact, you'll be hearing Carson Persing, the Danville product, now playing for Lafayette tomorrow with Doug Birdsong on the Bucknell-Lafayette game. Take a look at some other scores from around the region. It is Southern Columbia leading Montoursville 7-3 at the half. Mount Carmel 35, Central Mountain nothing halftime. Also at the half, Milton 28, Midwest nothing. Shamokin 21, Lewisburg nothing. Mifflinburg 58, Central Columbia nothing. And Jersey Shore leading Penwoods 23-0 in the second. Penwoods struggling a little bit this year. Hanover with a 49-0 lead over Columbia Montour Votech. And then tomorrow afternoon, Wyalusing taking on Athens. Athens right now sitting in the number 3 slot right ahead of Shikellamy in the District 4 playoffs. We'll talk more about that when we return. Halftime here at Bloomsburg, the Panthers will get the ball to start the second half, leading at 20-7 here on News Radio 1070 WKOK, on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, and with streaming audio presented by Lackawanna College.
At Paul Q. Ross Construction, your project isn't just blueprints and lumber. It's the fulfillment of your dream. From additions and remodels to custom homes, outdoor living spaces, and more, we walk with you every step of the way, making the progress stress-free and exciting.
This is Paul at Construction.
Ready to bring your vision to life? Go with the best.
My favorite part is the staff, and the aides are wonderful, and they treat us so well. We're always doing things, playing games. I think they're playing volleyball right now.
I love Nottingham. It's the 3rd nursing home I've worked at. Nottingham truly treats you like a family. They really are concerned with what's going on with you. There's nothing like being with the residents. I mean, you're a part of their lives now. You actually become part of their family on more than one occasion.
J.J. Powell's Easy Pay makes heating your home simple. Capped pricing, budget-friendly payments, and automatic delivery mean you can rest easy knowing you're covered. And here's the best part. Enroll in Easy Pay. Visit jjpowell.com/easypay or call 800-432-0866 to join. J.J. Powell, take it easy.
1,300 acres of prime hunting ground. Corporate hunts, sporting clays, continental shoots. Complete your visit with overnight accommodations, now available. We are Martz's Gap View Hunting Preserve.
Come let us start your family traditions here at Martz's. Come check us out.
Quality ringneck pheasant hunting. Martz's.com.
Oh, yeah, I may have overdone it. That is a lot of tissues. Are you okay? I am for now, but cold and flu season's just around the corner and I gotta be prepared. I have a better idea. Let's head over to Wise Pharmacy and get a flu shot. But I don't have an appointment. We love walk-ins. And just like that, you've reduced the risk of getting the flu. Thank you so much. So, do I get a lollipop? I was really brave.
To mess with it. And welcome back on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. Big hi to Gary Pollock, Thomas's dad, watching, I should say, in Scotland. So we are truly worldwide, and we do appreciate you taking the time to kind of stay up a little late, because it's about a 5 or 6 hour difference.
Yes, it is.
So appreciate being able to bring this to you on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. Waiting for our audio broadcast to join us as the Braves have made their appearance here on the field. And welcome back to Panther Stadium. We just had Thomas's mom come up, Gary Pollock, watching in Scotland tonight on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. We appreciate everybody that checks in with us, not only listening to our audio streaming on the radio, on all of our apps, online, and there's Thomas right there on your screen.
Yep.
So a big thank you for staying up late. It's about a 5 hour difference in Scotland to be able to watch it. So what are we at? We're looking at 8 o'clock now, and what's that, about 1 or 2 in the morning, give or take an hour?
Yeah, I would say so. I'm not going to do the math because
you're the math guy.
But I forgot my third thing about brochures, so I'm not going to test my brains out. So, and what was up at Jersey Shore? Bryce Broombaugh's mom came up and said Elise Broombaugh out in California listens to us all the time.
Carolinas, we know we have a lot of folks in Florida.
Dave Bish just said he's going to get about 5 inches of rain, with this storm coming up. But he always says, go Braves. And I haven't heard from Dave Applebaum tonight. Usually he's coming up from Florida. So,
well, I did get a message from somebody that's on their way to California on Facebook that watched our Facebook Live there in the before we got the pregame going. and on their way to California, so travel safe. A lot of the flights have been delayed because of the government shutdown. As Chief may have told you many times over the years, I have an app called Flight Aware, and when a flight comes over my head in the backyard when I'm at home, I like to see where it was coming from and where it was going because I'm creepy like that.
That's a good word, creepy. Very nice. All right,
last night,
if they're gonna, you put that adjective in front of your name. Creepy Kevin Herr.
Last night, I'm yelling at the Phillies, listening to them on our sister station, Eagle 107, and there were a couple of flights go over, so I was looking at it as I was sitting under the patio heater, enjoying the new patio heater, and looking at a couple of flights, and every one of them seemed to be delayed that was coming in. And our house is right underneath of the flight path to LaGuardia. And everyone seemed to be delayed.
They're up in the air, though. They're not landing.
No,
at
they're
LaGuardia.
not. No,
if
they're on the descent, though.
When they're over Danville.
Yeah, they're actually starting their descent. Ryan McDonald, our technical director tonight.
They decided to let me have a microphone this week.
We'll see how long it lasts.
You know, he has. We should just let him talk once in a while. You should let him talk. I'd let him talk the whole time if it were up to me. So.
I'm not a football announcer. I am a roller derby announcer.
Roller derby is his
completely
thing.
different.
And also an expert with making sure our broadcasts get out there. So
I try to make it a little bit better every week.
Yeah, you've been doing that.
Nico Dalpias checking in, Bobby's uncle, Bobby Felmy's uncle. Thanks a lot for listening and watching. So a lot of people checking in here tonight. And, of course, the shots that you see, Riley McDonald does a lot of these. Ryan does a few of these from in the booth here, sets everything up. Big thank you to head coach Mike Kogan, who is also the athletic director here at Bloomsburg, and got us all squared away so that we have an internet connection for you as well. It takes a lot, including Caleb Long, who is back at our Blue Hill studio on the audio broadcast and at WKOK.com, a cast of thousands to bring you Shikellamy Braves football on WKOK and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. All right, so maybe thousands is exaggerating, but end-over-end kick. Brocious has it at the 11-yard line to the hash marks to the middle of the field to the 20. Now outside to the near hash mark, turn the corner to the 30, 35, 40. Down the sidelines, look out, he cuts it to the inside. Flag comes in late. This one's going to go all the way, but it's going to come all the way back nonetheless. And there's another flag late for a block in the back. So pick your block in the back, most likely the one back here at the 35-yard line that got in the corner.
One thing about Bloomsburg, they're not afraid to try to intimidate. Okay,
very true.
And sometimes they're physical acts, and sometimes they're a little bit of jawing out there on the field, and that's a shame because that was one heck of a run back. The two Shikellamy guys that tried to tackle him here just dove at his legs, and he just ran right through it. Nice job of changing his direction as he got down in front of the Shikellamy bench and went back. So yeah, it's going to come back.
We're waiting for the call from our referee, Doug Hummel.
Well, right here it's at the 35-yard line, I think, of Bloomsburg.
3 penalties on the play. A block in the back, another block in the back. Both will be declined, and we have a hold on the receiving team. First down and 10.
So the two block in the backs were waved off. The hold that was the original flag that I saw here at the 35-yard line is what they're going to mark off now.
So those 3 penalties, there were 3 of them that time, cost a great highlight of Mr. Brocious.
Thrice the penalties were.
Once, twice, 3 times.
3 times a lady.
Yeah.
Good call on the song drop there. Shikellamy Braves football on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, sponsored in part by Wise Market, Zimmerman, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram truck. Brocious now with the sidecar to his right. On this 1st and 10, marked back now at the 25-yard line. He's going to have the delay coming across the other direction with the ball, and turning the corner now is Moore Stewart. Moore Stewart into the 40 to the 45, and then bounced out at about the 49-yard line. And they'll spot him actually at the 48.
That's the first time they've run him tonight. And I remember last year at the Shikellamy All Sports Complex that they waited till the second half, and he just had a great second half of running and catching the ball.
He's had a good run there for sure.
He caught the Braves completely off guard. I know they fired the linebacker, and they did a nice job of blocking the corner on their left side. And boy, he's got as much speed. He probably got more speed than Brocious, to be honest with you. And he's only a sophomore.
Brocious has a sidecar to the right. He will give it to Moore again. Moore Stewart off the left side to the 50-yard line for a gain of 2.
Yeah, I guess Bender in there, along with 54.
That's going to be
Kashuba. Okay, and Bryce Broomball's also in there. So they did a nice job of stuffing it up.
2nd down and 8 for Bloomsburg. Braves football on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, brought to you in part by E.H. Kleckner, by W&L Mazda, Nissan, and Subaru, and Paul Q. Ross Construction. 2nd down and 8. Brocious looks over the defense. Braves jamming up front. Back to pass. Brocious has time. Lobs one up. Man-to-man coverage far side. Oh, what an amazing catch by Crew Whedon. And I'll tell you what, he had blanket coverage by Tristan Yarger, who did an outstanding job. And Brocious just dropped it in there right at the 11-yard line, right on the money.
Like I said, he's just a great passer. I mean,
wow.
You couldn't have timed it any better. I mean, how do you get that trajectory to drop it over the defender at the right spot?
It was a moon ball. And the Black Panthers came up to the line, clapped, and then went to the sideline, so they re-signaled the play. Trying to draw the Braves offside on this 1st down and 10 from the Shikellamy 12-yard line, the opening drive. Back to pass, play fake, rolling out to the near side is going to be Brocious. Flags fly as he got inside the 10, but again, the pump fake kind of froze everybody, but the hold is going to bring everything back.
Yeah, Corbin Stahl and Brody Raybuck were the ones that finally made the tackle. He's limping again.
On the offense, number 2.
That hold going to be on Whedon, the wide receiver who just made that great catch moments ago. So that will march it backwards a little bit.
You folks watching at home, I want you to take a look at the splits that the offensive linemen for Bloomsburg are.
You're talking about the gaps between each line.
They are foot to foot. They're right next to each other. That makes a big difference if you're trying to fire somebody in the gap. Because guess what, folks? There ain't no gap there when you're lined up like that. And I probably should have noticed that earlier because I couldn't see why the Braves were getting bottled up inside. But that's why. Usually you like to go 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 feet with your lineman as you go from
now
center.
They're moving the ball to the. Now I'm really confused of what's going on here. I guess they marked it off wrong.
They marked it off.
They marked it off on the far side. They have to mark it off on the near side where the penalty was, and I think that's what it was. They had to change the hash mark.
I think they also marked it off from the line of scrimmage back there.
That's probably true too.
Yeah. It's tight splits up there, right next to each other.
1st and about 15 at the 17-yard line. Brocious by himself in the backfield. He'll take the direct snap. Steps up. In trouble and dropped for a sack. And a big sack that time by Kashuba. He now has the lead in sacks with 3 on the season.
Great job. Again, he tried to step up in there. This time Kashuba was there and made the tackle. Another big down here. I mean, it's only 2nd down, but they could score from anywhere.
Well, keep in mind, it's 2nd and 20. They have to get to the 2 for a 1st down.
Look at this formation.
And now they're going to really tighten it up. And now they're going to come out and direct snap. And I was just about to say, watch the direct snap to Stewart. Moore Stewart got the corner, and he turned it inside the 10 to the 5, and a flag coming in late. Is that? No, maybe not.
I thought number 11 held our corner. He blocked it from behind.
Well, I'll tell you what, I could see that coming as a trick play because all of a sudden Brocious was really animated, and he was not been that animated all game. And the direct snap went right to Moore Stewart. And it doesn't look like there's a flag on the play.
There wasn't. It was probably a borderline call out there, but when you're a Shikellamy Brave fan and things are going bad, you want to get everything.
You want to get everything.
Get everything.
3rd down and 5. Ball at the 7-yard line. Brocious now to a more conventional straight drop. Pressure's coming. Rolls out of a tackle to the near side, to the 10. Fires it into the end zone. Touchdown. Bloomsburg as he hits Serrano for his third touchdown of the season.
You know, you don't tackle him. And somebody, again, dove at his legs when he was trying to get outside, and that would have been a tackle. It would have been 4th and goal. And, boy, what a nice job again by Brocious to get outside. And, you know, you give him that much time to roam around there. Everybody that's out on the pass pattern knows that, hey, we're going to now come here, we're going to go there, and he's going to find them. And he does every time. Every time. And, of course, it's tough if you're a brave defender and the quarterback's running around back there. It's just difficult.
It looked like maybe they're going to go for 2 here.
Well, sure they are. They want to make it. They want to make it 28.
Yeah, they missed an extra point blocked earlier. Man in motion, and that is going to cause a flag. So maybe they won't go for 2 now. Let's see what this call.
Boy, they left the clock run down.
I didn't even look at the play clock because I was surprised that. And the play clock is right next to the goalpost, so it's not like it wasn't visible. But Bloomsburg now will have a decision to make, as that will march it back to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to go for 2.
About the 8-yard line.
You know, Kevin, I wonder if it wasn't the coaches who got thought did not start running their best runner after the half, because, you know, the Braves caught completely off guard, you know, once more Stewart got the ball. Twice now he's had great runs.
Wyatt has the double wing, back to pass, pressure's coming. He's going to roll out to the far side, back to the 20. Steps up, fires it to the back of the end zone, incomplete. 2-point conversion is no good. It will remain 26-7 in favor of Bloomsburg. 9:03 to go here in the third quarter. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK, on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, and streaming audio presented by Lackawanna College.
Since 1915, 5 generations of Sunbury Motor Company have been offering you a better buying experience. With new vehicles from 3 trusted brands and a selection of qualified pre-owned vehicles, we'll make sure you drive away in your dream vehicle no matter your budget. So what are you waiting for? Visit one of our showrooms or check us out online today and join over 100 years of satisfied customers at Sunbury Motor Company.
Mosteller on for the PAT.
Shikellamy Braves football on WKOK, sponsored in part by Wiest Benner and Rice, Cole Stony Hill Tree Farm, and J.D. Feaster Earthworks. Squib kick taken by Pollock at the 15, to the 20, to the 25. And spins out of another tackle, gets to the outside to the 30. Here's what he does best, to the 35, tripped up at the 40-yard line, and a big trip up by Masteller, the kicker.
Pushed out of bounds by Braden Holbert.
That was basically typical Thomas Pollock run.
Yeah.
You know, he gets in there and you think you got to hold him. He does that great spin move, and then he got to the outside. And again, you got to give Bloomsburg credit. Not everybody was in there. They still had some people that were in their lanes, and they were able to run him down. Good field position, though. We're on the 40-yard line, or Shikellamy own 40-yard line.
8:51 to go here in the on the third quarter of play. 3 receivers to the far side. Brody with a shotgun formation, sidecar to the left. He will keep it. Lobs one up there for Felmy, tipped and incomplete. Great play by Moore Stewart as Felmy had a step.
Good touch pass, too, by Brody. That time he was right on the money. And Stewart was beaten, but, you know, he was able to get up and knock that ball. Too bad he didn't knock it a little bit higher in the air, and Bobby Felmy could have just ran under it and got it.
1 receiver in each direction. Raybuck looks over the defense. Calls for the ball. Back to pass on a 2-step drop. Quickly hits Pollock to the near side. Pollock ducks underneath the tackle and picks up 8 on that second down. Will bring up a 3rd down and 2.
You know, Thomas Pollock would probably make a good wrestler because, you know, he just did a nice duck under there and to get more yardage. The kid's amazing. I mean,
the only problem is he would definitely be in the lower weight class. He'd be around the 145 weight class.
Maybe even less.
Although, and I'll tell you what, 145 weight class is a competitive zone. in high school wrestling right now. Those are the guys that basically wrestle all year long. 3 receivers to the far side. One of those wrestlers that wrestles quite a bit at the upper weights is the quarterback right now. He's got the ball. Here comes the train, and he's got the first down across the 50 to the 49-yard line.
Boy, nice block by Everett Purdy. He came out here and took care of the defensive end, number 83, and that's what really sprang him. So, you know, we haven't talked a lot about Bender and Purdy and Rosinski and Bingaman and Valderrama, but you know, they're plugging away in there, and they're playing against, I would consider, one of the better defensive lines out there. That's a nice pull block by Purdy.
Big first down to the 48-yard line. 3 receivers far side, ball in the air, hash mark moving right to left. Brody stops and hits Felmy. Felmy trying to get to the outside, breaks a tackle, just can't quite get his feet underneath him. And a open field trip up by Fry will give about a 4-yard gain to Felmy.
You know, in basketball, everybody wants you to play man-to-man. Well, if their man is better than your man, you don't want to do that. Well, Bloomsburg's kids are just as athletic as our kids
Very
out there.
much so.
And so, you know, you think, well, it's only 4 or 5 yards. Well, that's a tough 4 or 5 yards. Felmy did a nice job.
There is absolutely nobody on Stahl. Stahl is going, snap it, snap it, snap it. Now they finally get somebody there. Brody never saw it. Handoff right side, and that goes nowhere.
Fumble.
The ball is on the ground, and the Braves hop on it.
Yeah, Brody got on it. You know, again, they ran a jet sweep, and we got somebody down, and they handed it off to the halfback, and I think it was.
Well, it's actually Tristan Smith,
Yeah.
who was the running back. We'll take a timeout. 6:37 remaining here in the third quarter. It is Bloomsburg 26, Shikellamy 7. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK. Streaming audio presented by Lackawanna College.
Hey, it's Gabe at Zimmerman Motors. It's a spooky time of year as we get ready for the autumn season, and there's no better place to do that than at Zimmerman Motors. That's right, the Jeep capital of Central PA has you covered. We have a huge selection of new and certified pre-owned Jeeps, with more arriving every day. Looking for a full-size pickup? You know there is no better option than a Ram truck, Hemi-Power match with a certified warranty up to 100,000 miles. There's no better 1-2 punch. Plus, with our used car inventory, we always have a selection of vehicles under $300 per month. Come see me here at Zimmerman Motors. I make car buying easy.
And welcome back to Bloomsburg as Tristan Smith now gets up with a little bit of assistance and limping a little bit on the right side.
You know, I got a chance. I met Tristan's dad out here. Well, you guys were setting everything up. I didn't want to get in your road. His dad, Mark Smith, we talked about that before, one of the better race drivers here in the area. But I forgot, he's from Cedar Cliff. He played for Bob Craig down there in football, and he wrestled for him, too. And we had a good conversation.
That's a powerhouse.
We had a good conversation. So it's always nice to put a face on some of these kids' parents, all right?
Third down and 11 now. Clock winding with 6:34 to go here in the third. Raybuck will have 2 backs for extra protection here. He'll send one out. Looking down the middle of the field, it is complete and a sliding catch for Charlie Walter, but it will be about 3 to 4 yards short. That'll bring up a 4th down and 4, and the Braves have no thoughts of punting this one away the way it looks.
Well, you're down 26 to 7. You know, you basically got to go for it here. But then if you don't make it, it gives Bloomsburg again good field position.
2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Raybuck, long count, takes a direct snap, pressure's coming, fires it, complete to Felmy for the first down at the 33-yard line on a quick hitter, and Felmy is getting slow to get up as both he and the defender, Fry, kind of collided.
Raybuck's pass is complete to Felmy.
Bobby had a deep muscle bruise on his right shoulder earlier in the couple of games before this.
There you see Basir Baez, who had the injury earlier in the year, and he's out for the season on the crutches, and everybody takes a knee as Felmy in a little bit of pain right now. Felmy, the freshman, getting a lot of playing time, had that pick 6 in the opening game against Milton late in the ball game on the defensive side. Braves will have a 1st and 10 when we resume from the 33-yard line. Does have his helmet off now and is sitting upwards. Coaches and trainers now making their way out. And he will get up with a little bit of assistance and
well, we got
holding the ribs a little bit the way it looks.
No, that's that shoulder.
No, that could be too.
That's his left shoulder though.
Yeah.
Mike Elder, trainer out there. I think Zach Rankin's also here tonight. Zach is the trainer for Shikellamy, and Mike kind of runs the show up in Geisinger for everybody, but he comes down here to help Zach a lot of times.
Sporting the stash this year.
Yeah, he had a beard, and then he shaved the beard off and left with the mustache. And I forgot that he had a beard.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Shikellamy. They'll have the ball at the 33-yard line. Brody will take it, direct snap, fires it, and Pollock one-handed, or at least tried to. And that one was just a little bit off target.
It was inside of him, And Thomas is able to catch those bullets from Brody. That one was a little too far out of his reach. If he would have caught it, it would have been a one-handed catch, and we would put him right up there with one of the best in college and NFL receivers in the world.
2nd down and 10 at the 33-yard line. 5:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Bloomsburg leading this one 26-7. Everybody looks now on this 2nd down and 10 play. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Brody will take it right up the middle. He will drag a tackler to the 30-yard line, pick up 3, bring up a 3rd down and 7 now.
Yeah, Malcolm Tagbo in on the tackle. He's a freshman and he's outside linebacker, so he came from his outside linebacker spot, and I'll bet all week long that his job was to watch out for Raybuck, on the quarterback keeper.
It's funny. I was talking to Coach Hoover last night at practice, and one of the things that I asked him, I said, how do you simulate what Wyatt Brocious does? Same thing with Brody. I mean, I don't know how these teams really can simulate what Brody can do and how to defend it. It's tough when you're a limited scout team.
There's this double slot formation we hadn't seen for a while.
Brody back to pass, lobbing one up, looking for Charlie, hand on it, and incomplete.
But there's a flag.
And there is a flag, and that one may be offensive pass interference.
I don't think so, Kevin.
I didn't think he had the arm extended.
He was all over him.
I didn't think Charlie had the arm extended, and that's when you usually get the flag on the offensive side. Let's see what our referee, Mr. Hummel, has to say.
Defensive pass interference at number 2, 15-yard.
And there it is, right where you called it.
That's the $5 we bet right before they made the call. So.
I don't remember making that. Can you run that back? Do we have the replay working on that on that opportunity?
Let's just say I was gonna bet you, all right, but then you just talked too much. You talked right over my bet.
That was the plan.
Yeah.
Plan effective.
Well, the Braves got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Big play here inside the red zone once again. Braves did score from the red zone earlier. They'll go tight with the formation. Pollock coming in again across the middle. They'll swing it out, and oh boy, Corbin Stahl just kind of tripped over the 20-yard line.
But Bloomsburg had that red. There were 3 guys over there. Pretty well had him hemmed in, especially number 11, Big Jack Catullus.
Don't forget coming up in the post game, we'll have the Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game. That'll be in the audio broadcast. You can flip over to that if you're watching on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel later.
Braves can get a 1st down, but it's a long way off right now after that loss of 5 yards.
Yeah, it'll be 2nd down and 15. They have to get to about the 5-yard line, maybe just inside the 5. Brody back to pass, coming to the near side, complete to Pollock. Pollock makes a man miss, makes another man miss, gets tackled from behind and pushes the pile forward to the 9-yard line.
I just wonder sometimes what goes through kids' head. I mean, Thomas, they blew the whistle and Thomas was coming back. And, of course, when he came out of it, the defender from Bloomsburg just kind of threw him. And I'm thinking, to me, that's not necessary.
Yeah, that's a little extracurricular.
Intimidation.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
3rd down and 5. 3:21 and counting here in the 3rd. Raybuck in the red zone. Takes a direct snap. Back to pass. Pressure's coming. Fires it. Complete to Pollock, and a flag in the middle of the field. This one might be coming back.
Yeah, he might get pushed off. There's a flag over by where the pass went to.
So we have would not be enough for the first down, I don't believe. It would be close. We'll wait for the call to see.
Well, the Braves are walking backwards, so
yeah.
I think it is against the Braves.
Holding. Offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty. Repeat third down.
And there it is, the holding in the middle of the field for the most part.
Well, that basically takes them back to where they started first and 15 or second and 15.
So with 3:12 to go here in the third quarter, Bloomsburg leading at 26-7. The Braves with the ball on a 3rd down and 14 at the 19-yard line.
You know, this is a very good Bloomsburg defense. Like, everybody reads their keys. Everybody's where they're supposed to be. And if you don't block properly, you're not going to get much yardage. So the Braves, this is a very good defense.
Raybook looking with 3 receivers to the far side of the field. Gets the direct snap. Back to pass. Pressure's coming on. He's going to have to roll. He fires it. It was tipped and incomplete. His arm was moving forward. That is going to be an incomplete pass. Brocious with the pressure on the backside.
Yeah, they brought him from his he's actually one of the safeties. And they brought him up and there was just too many people for Shikellamy lineman to block.
Safety blitz. No question. So at the 19-yard line on a 4th and about 15 to come up, the Braves offense is going to stay on the field as it would appear with the clock stopped with 2:39 remaining here in the third quarter. We'll see what Coach Schaefer decides to do. He might take a timeout.
And he is.
So there's a timeout on the field with 2:39 remaining, and we'll keep it right here.
It would be interesting. You know, we can't say the Braves have not moved the ball. They have done that. But again, it's a matter of finishing.
Let's run down some of the scores from around the region. Caleb Long updating our WKOK Sports scoreboard.
You'll get it out.
It was there. It just wasn't coming up. Hollidaysburg led Selinsgrove 35-7 at the half. Warrior Run 28, Hughesville nothing in the third now. South Williamsport of Muncie tied at 14. Loyalsock now taking a little bit more command at Ironman Stadium, 27-12 in the third. Southern Columbia up 10 on Montoursville, 13-3. Mount Carmel looks like they're going to get another win. This one over Central Mountain, 35-0. And Shamokin leading Lewisburg 21-0. Jersey Shore 23, Penn Woods 7. Those are all second half scores as we have them. All right, here we go. It is 4th down. 4th down and long. And we'll try and get you a shot here of this 4th down play on the WKOK YouTube channel.
I'm bothering Ryan.
Back to pass, Raybook. Raybook fires it down the middle. Touchdown, Shikellamy! It will be Charlie Walter who picks up the touchdown, his first of the season.
Good for you, Charlie Walter. All right, nice pass. I mean, Charlie was coming across in that post pattern. There was nobody between him and Brody laid one in there. Nice soft touch. Probably one of the best passes that Charlie's got to catch.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? And again, it's a crossing pattern almost, and he wasn't even thinking about last week when he got that hit against Selinsgrove.
No, he came right around and nobody went with him and caught it at the tee of Panthers or thereabouts. Extra point pending. Snap, set, kick, up, and it is good.
It's like we know that when Ryan Phillips is out there, that if it doesn't get blocked, it's going to go through the uprights.
So that'll go down as a 19-yard reception for Walter.
Remember in the movie The Replacements?
Yes.
And
I remember the movie.
Kenny Reeves was the quarterback, and they threw it to the wide receiver, and it was the same pattern, except he dropped it every time. until they put all the goo on his fingers, remember?
No. Are you sure you got the? Oh yes,
Yeah,
that was the replacement.
You are not going to get me on that movie. I'm telling you.
You were right. I was thinking. I was actually thinking for a minute there that it was Necessary Roughness with Featherstone.
No, it was replacement.
Kevin, he is right. It's one of my wife's favorite movies.
Yeah, no, I remember it now. I remember that now.
That's a good mine too. So your wife and I have a lot in common. Oh, man.
Here comes the end-over-end kick. It's a short one. Hits at about the 20, taken on a hop to the far side, to the 25, to the 30-yard line, and that's where Bloomsburg will take over at the 30-yard line. I'm trying to see if that was Serrano. It was Serrano on the return.
Three had the ball. Well, hey, listen, the Braves get a stop here. There's still 2:30 left here in the third quarter, the whole fourth quarter, and you know they've scored 2 touchdowns against what I would consider a very tough defense.
Well, they're down 12 right now, and still 2:30 to go in the third quarter of play.
But here's the key: you gotta
have a stop.
You gotta stop, Mr. Brocious.
You gotta have a stop. The only stop they've really had was the turnover on Brocious' fumble. He's got the ball. He's going to hand it off on the counter, and there is absolutely nothing there at all. And they just swallowed up Moore Stewart there for a loss on the play. Back to the 25-yard line, a loss of 5.
Kashuba and Bender and Bryce Broomball and Brody Raybuck all in on that tackle.
You name it, they were there.
That was
they
the
had
same
the
play
entire right side of the Braves defense.
Same play they started with in the third quarter that he got that long run on.
That'll bring up a second down and 15 now. Have to get to the 40-yard line for the first down. Brocious has a play change coming from the sideline. There's 10 now, or to make that 11 on the play clock.
Bloomsburg uses a lot of time on all their plays.
That they do. 5 on the play clock. Now they get it away. Fires it long downfield and is tipped in, incomplete, almost picked off by Maddox Hoover. They've been picking on Hoover all game.
All night long they picked on him. That time he got his hand in front and knocked the ball up in the air. I'll tell you, number 3 out here, the young man that ran the kickoff back, Serrano, he did a post pattern across the middle, and there was nobody there, nobody at all. All right, because the safety had moved over on that side towards where Maddox Hoover was. Big down here,
This is
Kevin.
a huge down. I was just about to say, you took the words right out of my mouth.
That's unusual.
We've done this a long enough time now. I mean, we're pretty much the same brain.
We're not finishing each other's sentences.
Sentences?
Sentences.
Back to pass, Brocious rolling out to the near side. He's going to come back, and they have it all covered, but breaking the tackle is Catoulis. Catoulis gets to the 25-yard line, back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
And Maddox Hoover with a great tackle, just a nice job that time. Got him by the legs, and then he put him down. So that was big, Kevin. Is this the first punt that Bloomsburg's had
This
tonight?
is the first punt. The only time that they did not, that the Braves defense stopped them tonight was when they had the turnover on downs. I'm sorry, not the turnover on downs, but the fumble. And the punt will be by Crew Wheaton. At least that's who we expect to see. I'm sorry, that's Pietro Negroni.
What's his first name?
Pietro. Averaging 47 yards a punt. Going to let the clock wind down.
They're doing what you're supposed to do, shorten the game.
And that one a wobbler and taken by Pollock at about the 48-yard line. Now he's going to come to the near side. Cuts it up to the 45 in Bloomsburg territory at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, nobody got a good hit on him. I mean, that's the one thing that he does so well. All right, he keeps that light frame from getting smacked. You know, the Braves, Bobby Felmy will not be back in the game, and neither will Tristan Smith, all right? Bobby's actually got his arm in a sling right now, so I'm sure he aggravated that shoulder injury again. And Tristan's using crutches.
Yeah, he's got the thigh area around the knee iced up right now.
Well, 26 seconds to go here. See if the Braves can push another one in here.
Short field, Stahl in motion to the near side. Here's the handoff. He's the blocker coming to the near side with some running room. Putting his head down is Kiefer. And Kiefer across the 40 to the 39-yard line.
that was a nice job. There was a hole on the outside here. Again, the line on the left side of Shikelamy's offense, Rosinski and Valderrama, nice job of sealing that off. And I'm sorry, Kevin, the quarter's going to end here, and I know you want to go to commercial, so I'll finish that later.
That's all right. We'll come back to that in a minute. It is the end of the third quarter. The final 12 minutes coming up. It is Bloomsburg 26 and Shikellamy 14. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel and streaming audio presented by Lackawanna College.
We put our members first.
Home feels like a lot of things.
Nice shoes.
Thanks. Nice sign.
Thank you.
This is for the Bobby.
Thank you. Here's a lollipop.
It's everyone knowing your name.
Hey, George.
The warmth of familiar faces, and the comfort of knowing your money stays close to home, helping your neighbors and supporting your community. At Members First, we're more than just your credit union. We're your home away from home.
Yep. Feels like home.
We put our members first.
At W&L Subaru, we believe all pets deserve a loving home. That's why this October, we are providing direct funding through a grant administered by the ASPCA to our local shelter to help cover adoption costs, veterinary expenses, and more. Visit us at Paultoberfest on October 18th at the Danville PSPCA for free vaccinations and to adopt a pet. Or stop by the dealership on October 22nd, National Make a Dog's Day, to adopt from our friends at Mostly Mutts. To learn more, visit our Facebook page and online at WNLSubaru.com.
Second down and 6 at the 39-yard line of Bloomsburg. Brody will get the ball. He's going to run it with a couple of lead blockers in front. Puts his head down and comes across the 26 to about the
36. Kev.
I'm sorry, the 36 to about the 35-yard line. Just short.
Yeah, he's got 2 yards to go. Again, probably 2 down territory here.
Third down and 3. We do have word from Hollidaysburg on Eagle 107 and our SBC Sports Live YouTube channel. There was a player injured for Hollidaysburg, and they are in a stoppage right now to attend to that player, and we are told that there is an ambulance that will be on scene for that. That's the only information we have, but it is a Hollidaysburg player. Sad to see that for either team. Here's the handoff up the middle to Kiefer. Kiefer tries to get the pile going. He got pushed ahead, and he might have gotten the first down.
I think he did.
With the pile pushed ahead for a gain of 5.
Enough for a first down.
Now that is one strong run there, and of course I think he got a little help from the lineman on the other side there, Valderrama, and of course I see Purdy over there too. So he came in from the left side or right side, excuse me, but he did a heck of a job. All right.
First and 10 now with 11 minutes remaining in this one. The ball at the 33-yard line of Bloomsburg. Braves are going to have to get something in the end zone here to make this one a close opportunity to get a win, come from behind win. Here's the direct snap. Brody back to pass on the slant. Finds Pollock. Pollock to the 20, 15 to the 10. Dragged down by the back of his jersey at the 6-yard line.
That ball was put right in there, right in the slot. And again, you never get a good hit on Thomas Pollock. Caught the ball in traffic and got it down inside the 10-yard line. We got somebody hurt?
Yeah, it's a Bloomsburg player on the far side getting up slowly. 26 yards on the catch by Pollock.
Yeah, that when you're walking gingerly like that, that's probably an ankle or a knee.
Yep. 10:39 to go. Shikellamy trailing at 26-14. Trying to make this one a game. Bloomsburg's led since the opening minutes.
He's number 25 for Bloomsburg. So
that's Moore Stewart.
Yeah.
Who was already, recovering from an injury.
He's there. And it was a knee injury last week against Hughesville.
Ball on the far hash mark, moving left to right in this fourth quarter. Brody in the shotgun with 2 receivers. Now he's going to use them as a blocker to the far side. Leans ahead across the 5. He'll be down to the 2, maybe even the 1-yard line.
That was, again, a pretty nice job. Everybody knew that was coming. All right, and Brody just kept leaning to the outside and trying to get around people, and he picked up. What is it? It's inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, this has train written all over it. Here comes the engine. He's going to go left side. Touchdown, Shikellamy, as the train rolls in one more time.
Well, Kevin, we got a ball game.
Indeed, with 9:50 to go here in this one. Shikellamy has had back-to-back scores on back-to-back possessions.
Ryan DePhillips in to do what he is meant to do on this team.
Raybuck now with his second rushing touchdown of the ball game, and that will be number 9 for the season. Snap, set, kick, up, and drifting to the left upright, but inside the left upright and good. It is a 5-point game. Bloomsburg 26, Shikellamy 21. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK, on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, and streaming audio presented by Lackawanna College.
Today, everything from work to play and everywhere in between needs energy. And E.H. Kleckner in Montandon has just the thing, Form Energy. It's the better choice for sustained energy and focus to go the extra mile. Choose your favorites from 4 highly tested flavors, including Screamin' Freedom, Grape Smash, Orange Fury, and Blue Blitz. Form Energy offers mental focus and hydration so you can unlock your full potential with 200 milligrams of caffeine and 0 sugar. Get Form Energy today at your favorite retail account.
Whedon, Serrano, and Brocious are the 3 that are back deep, ready to take this kick from DePhillips as the Braves trail it by 5 with 9:50 to go here in this one. End-over-end kick, short one. And they're going to decide who's going to get it. Looks like it was finally decided Serrano was going to get it at the 10 to the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. And that is where the Bloomsburg Panthers will have it, and we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Shikellamy Braves football.
Bloomsburg takes over 1st and 10.
Bloomsburg looking to run out this one the best they can, or maybe put another touchdown on the board to lock this one up. 6-1 for Mike Koget's Bloomsburg Panthers in what has turned out to be a very entertaining game, and a 5-point one at that. Brocious claps, and now we'll go to the sidelines with 15 seconds before they on the play clock before they snap the ball again. There'll be 5 on the play clock now, and he'll get the direct snap. Back to pass. He's going to run the draw. He's going to get kicked outside, and then right with a shoulder pad in the belly on a squared up tackle. He goes down.
Maddox Hoover from the front.
Maddox Hoover, yep.
And Keeley ran him down from the back.
Gain of maybe 2 on that play.
Again, drop back, let everybody push the defensive lineman out, come up the middle. That time the Braves played it very well. You notice, I believe they've moved Brody Ray back to linebacker, okay, with Bender.
Said they might do that and put him back in the middle, and they did. And now again, the coaching staff sees something, and they're yelling on the play change coming in from the Bloomsburg sideline. The Shikellamy coaching staff sees something. And now Brocious back to pass. He's in trouble, rolling out, stepping up, breaks a tackle. He's going to pump fake. He's going to fire one. It's going to be complete, short of the first down. It was complete and a beautiful play to Fry.
That's exactly what Bloomsburg relies on. It's a first down.
It
Kevin.
isn't good enough for
a
first.
He scrambles around back there, and, if you don't get him, he's going to find somebody open because you got, everybody run. There were actually 3 guys in that spot, and he just lobbed it over everybody's head.
They did not stop the clock to move the chains there. Clock continued to run. Braves might have lost about 8 seconds there.
Yeah, they'll milk every second out of the clock here.
Brocious on a 1st and 10. He will hand it off, and a slow handoff, but a nice little run by Schrader, his first carry of the night. Schrader in for Moore Stewart.
27, I forget, that's the Shikellamy made the
Connor
tackle. Connor Treese, all right, with the tackle. We got a Brave down.
That'll give us an opportunity to pause ourselves. 7:49 remaining in this one. Bloomsburg 26, Shikellamy 21. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK, on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, and streaming audio presented by Lackawanna College.
Time to do something a little different with your financial life? At Service First, we take pride in being anything but typical and helping our 47,000 plus members achieve their financial goals. At Service First, we're celebrating 50 years of being friends you can bank on. Become a member today.
Injury timeout here in Bloomsburg. Don't know the Brave that is down being tended to right now. Back at Panther Stadium here in Bloomsburg, where there is an injured Brave on the field. We did not see which one it is, but the entire Braves team is now taking a knee. And
it's hard.
Yeah, I can't really see anything that's going on at the moment, but to update you.
Well, it's hard to see who it was. You're very careful out there. Anytime you've got, it looks like an injury around the shoulder.
We'll update you on some of the scores from WKOK.com, where South Williamsport leads Muncie by a score of 21-20.
Bryce Broomball.
Oh, it's Bryce Broomball, yep. Loyalsock now leading Danville 27-12 in the third. Southern 26, Montoursville 9. That was a close game for a long time, and then Loyalsock is starting to stretch their legs a little bit. Yeah. Shamokin 31, Lewisburg nothing, and Mifflinburg 65, Central Columbia nothing.
Bryce might have got a stinger there. That's usually sometimes what that's happened. We've seen that happen to him before. They're going to check him out for they'll do the concussion thing, and I think Everett Purdy is in there at his spot. I see a 7. I don't know if it's a 77 though.
Bloomsburg with a second down and 7 now. When we resume, and the clock winding now with 7:35 to go in this one. Braves down by 5. They'll send a man in motion. That's going to be Fry. He'll be the lead blocker, and they'll push the pile for a gain of about 4. And they'll spot this one at the 43-yard line.
That's a good surge that time by the offensive line. And, that snap was low, and he actually, paused, and they still were able to get a good yardage on it. Big third down here, 3rd and 3.
An enormous one.
And like I said, they'll run that play clock down. It's going to be under 7 minutes now.
They'll run that bunch formation. They'll run almost like a diamond of receivers just to the left of the tackle. This is where they run that student body the other way then. Nope, they're going to run it to the near side. Brocious got the corner. He's got the first down, and it's down to the 50-yard line. I think Shikellamy fans wanted a little bit of a hold there as he got to the corner. So that'll be a 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Right now the clock is the biggest enemy of Shikellamy.
Huge enemy. But then Bloom has to be very patient, and this is a tough offense to be patient.
Well, they're doing a good job. I mean, we talked about this last week against Selinsgrove. Shorten the game. Take your time, run the ball, and they've done it good, and they've gotten 2 first downs.
Bloomsburg jumped out to an early lead, but the Braves have been able to battle back to a 5-point deficit now after a blocked extra point and a missed 2-point conversion. And a flag flies as Brocious gets the ball and gives it to Schrader, but that one is coming back. At least I thought I saw a flag.
Yeah, there was a flag here.
Okay. Well, the referee is not. Oh, now he's coming over to talk. I was going to say the referee has not acknowledged the flag, at least that I could see.
He's going to check with Coach Hoover if they want to move it back.
What do you want to do?
I'd move it back.
Coach Hoover has the hand on the chin, thinking mode.
Yeah, they're going to move. He asked Ron Pratt.
I was going to say Ron Pratt's the one he was talking to.
And I think I would move it back too.
Okay, let's see what they have called.
Illegal formation on the offense, more than 4 in the backfield.
We've seen that a couple of times against Bloomsburg with this formation that they run.
Exactly. If you don't have the guys in the right spots at right depth around the line of scrimmage, you're going to. It's amazing that the officials can catch that.
So it'll be 1st down and 15 now at the Bloomsburg 45-yard line. And the clock will wind now with 5:45 to go. And the play clock with 10. They're going to go bunch formation to the far side, and they moved, but it was a back runner. It was the back receiver. Brocious takes the draw off the right side. He'll get to the Shikellamy 49-yard line. Now, the Braves defense was pointing to a backfield or a receiver in the backfield who did get an early start, but he can move slightly because he is not on the line of scrimmage. He did not take a step forward. He actually leaned a little bit to the side or even to the back a little bit, but it was not a forward step, so that's why the flag did not come out. He'll get all the 5 back plus a bonus 2. 2nd down and 8 now at the 48-yard line. Under 5 to go in a 5-point game. Braves need a turnover or a stop here if they want to get it back into this one and take the lead. They have 1 turnover in this ball game tonight, and the Braves put it into 6. Now Brocious up the middle. Oh, did he take a shot right on the waist as he gains about 2. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. I think that might have been Brumbaugh there.
Yeah.
Or not Brumbaugh, I'm sorry. Bender.
I think Bryce is back in there now. I see, 41's back in there.
Yeah, I think that was Bender that time that gave the shot there.
Again, a crucial 3rd down play here.
This could be our Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game right here.
Because they'll get this, if they get a 1st down, it'll be under 4 minutes.
Guess who's back in the game? Morris Stewart.
Well,
right now, Brocious taking all the time in the world. And a timeout by Bloomsburg with 4:01 remaining and a 26-20 Bloomsburg lead here over Shikellamy. You know, all of these games that the Braves and Panthers have played the last 3 years have been very tight, very exciting. And, of course, 2 years ago here at Shikellamy went to overtime.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of points scored in this game. Now it's
this is the lowest scoring game of the 3, though.
Yes, it is so far. You're right. And the thing is, right now, like I said, the clock is the biggest enemy, and the other enemy is the fact that they can't hold them for 3 downs. They seem to find Bloomsburg's offense finds a way to get that 1st down on 3rd. Now, if they hold them here, I would not go for make it a 4-down territory here, because
I don't think so.
If it doesn't work, you're going to give the Braves a very good position.
But the other side of that, though, Chief, I don't mean to interrupt you there, but I'm thinking.
Run the time off, yeah.
Well, I'm thinking if you run the time down and then take time to think about it a little bit, if it's 4th and 1, they've been able to get the 1 yards that they needed when it came down to it.
They've got 25 in the slot position there.
There's that diamond formation with this time 4 in the backfield, so that's a legal formation. Yes. They're going to hand it off, and with the 1st down run over to the right side is Serrano. He's down the sidelines again to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
It's a counter play. Wow, talk about a knife in the back there. A knife in the heart, I should say.
47 yards.
You purposely have somebody on that side that's supposed to look for the reverse of the counter or scissors play, and he came through there clean. That kid is fast too.
3:52 remaining in this one. And let's see if Bloomsburg will again go for 2 here or try for the 1.
Well, they're down right now. They're up by 11.
Now they're going to go for 2. I thought they would try for 1 here, but they are going to go for 2. Morris Stewart to the right of, and they're going to use a timeout.
Same thing again.
The delay.
Delay a game, yeah.
And they did this before and then missed the 2-point conversion with the delay a game. The only thing I can think of is they're taking the delay a game to give them more room to run routes.
Could be.
I mean, because they are in no hurry. They're in no hurry to snap this ball.
And you're not gaining any time on the game clock.
No,
because
there's
the
no
clock
benefit.
Is stopped.
There's no benefit, and they have not been in any hurry to snap the ball on either of those 2-point conversion opportunities. 3 receivers to the near side. Actually, 4 now to the near side. Brocious coming to the near side. It is incomplete.
Good hit.
Yep, it was right there by Maddox Hoover.
Maddox Hoover woke up here in the 2nd half. I mean, he's playing much better there at the corner. All right, nice hit.
Trying to get it to Serrano.
again, I would go back to that when Bloomsburg was probably on their own 35-yard line, and they had third, and I would say probably about 8 yards, and he went back. Brocious went back to throw the ball. He ran all over the place, and he came out here to our side, and they popped in that little one.
They're trying to use. Look at this. They're going to use Charlie Walter here very soon, because Coach Z is working with him on the sidelines right now.
What are they going to use him for?
I think they're going to try and use his height and hit a big play down the middle. And he's also throwing the ball back and forth too, which is interesting. He's also a left-handed passer. There's a sidewinding kick. Pollock lets it go through the legs, but then picks it back up to the 15, to the 20. He's in some trouble here, and a flag as he is down at the 19-yard line.
That's probably going to move it back another 10 yards. We have not caught a kickoff in the air yet.
But in Shikelamy's defense, it has been a short kick.
Yeah, so it was holding.
It's either been a short kick or it's been a sidewinding kick, which is very difficult to catch when the ball is spinning. I guess the best way to tell it is clockwise.
Okay, whatever you say, Coach.
Well, it'll be a 5-yard penalty, or it'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, so that should put it inside the 10-yard line. Shikellamy trailing at 32-21 with 3:45 remaining in this one. They're going to need a quick score and then an onside kick. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining.
It's only 91 yards, Kevin.
Yeah, that's not bad. Well, that's one little post pattern to Pollock, really. Back to pass, Raybuck. Raybuck looks, rolls out. Now he's in his own end zone. He's in trouble. He's going to have to fire it. Finds Pollock to the near side of the 20. Down the sidelines and tripped at the 27-yard line.
Well, Brody Raybuck just did his best impression of Wyatt Brocious by scrambling around and then finding a wide open receiver, in Thomas Pollock.
Those two have had some sort of a rhythm this year that I will go back to the late 90s and say that Bowman Bartosik had. I have not seen it since then.
They've been able to do it for 3 years now. I mean, they played together for 3 years.
Raybuck looks over the defense on this 1st and 10. He'll take the ball, back to pass, setting up, out pattern, complete the stall. Stall will step out of bounds right at the first down marker. They'll spot it actually for a gain of 9 to the 43-yard line. And Bloomsburg's willing to give him this all day.
But you know what I like, Kevin? We've been able to move the ball, all right? And that's something that's very important.
Both teams have thrown the ball an enormous amount of times, except for this last drive that Bloomsburg just had.
Bloomsburg's done a better job of running it.
That's true.
But you're right. The Braves have I'm surprised Bloomsburg hasn't fired somebody yet. They've basically been rushing 4 guys.
Man-to-man coverage on the far side. Brody's looking over there now. Sets up down the middle of the field, fires it. Caught by Pollock. Pollock breaks a tackle to the 40 and then just tripped up short of the 35-yard line. He was well covered, double covered as a matter of fact, and it might have been a touchdown-saving tackle there by Wyatt Brocious.
Big-time throw by Brody, big-time catch as he jumped up and took that ball away.
And now the Braves are going to clock this one with 2:58 remaining. And that will be 2nd down and 10 at the Bloomsburg 37-yard line. Hopefully Dad's smiling a little bit in Scotland here tonight if he's at least got the toothpicks to keep the eyelids open in the wee hours of the morning. That was more Irish than Scottish.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, sorry.
You got to say hootman and get a skirt or a
kilt. Raybuck back to pass. Fires it to the near side. It is complete to the near side. And then a tackle out of bounds. Looked like Kyler Campbell, the freshman, got that catch.
That's who it is, number 24 with the catch.
That's going to be a 3rd down and 2 now. And with the play going out of bounds, the clock will be stopped with 2:49 remaining.
They're going to move Charlie Walter into tight end. So I got a feeling, nope, no, they're not. They're going to put him out.
Now they're going to go with the spread.
Double slot.
Yep. Brody back to pass, pump fakes. Now he finds the out pattern to Walter, and he did catch the ball for the first down. He caught it with a knee on the ground, though, but it's all right. It's going to be a first down. They're going to clock it here at the 20-yard line with 2:40 remaining. And let's see, that'll bring up a second down and 10. Braves doing the best they can with clock management and have not used any of their timeouts to this point. I don't believe they have. I think they have all their timeouts. No, they have 2 timeouts remaining. Sorry. 2 timeouts remaining. Bloomsburg with 2 as well. Rabick sends a man in motion across the middle. Play fake. Back to pass. Fires it. Tipped and incomplete. Pass was intended for Stahl on the near side. That was tipped out of bounds.
By 57, was it, or was it 30?
I thought it was by Whedon.
Well, the thing is, they had somebody in front of him and in back of him, so that was a well-covered pattern. Bloomsburg with a good job.
Could have been Catoulas, too, coming out on coverage.
I think Catoulas is the guy that's trying to rush and from the outside. He's been getting blocked by the. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's Bender on that side or if it's Purdy.
Well, now we're looking at a 3rd down and 10 at the 19. Brody back to pass. Here comes the pressure. He's got to step up. He is going to be sacked at the 25-yard line, and the Braves are going to have to use a timeout now. They are indeed going to use that timeout.
Well, that time they brought a lot of people. You know, if you got that situation and you're going to rush, get a couple of people firing in there, and I think Brody was trying to find a short pattern, but Bloomsburg had everything covered.
Shikellamy Braves football on WKOK, sponsored in part by Helping Hands Family of Shamokin Dam, Buffalo Wild Wings, Countryside Landscaping Service, the Shikellamy Football and Cheer Boosters, and Add One. And don't forget, the Schick Shack is still open. You're going to have to get your cold weather gear for that final game of the season at home against Southern Columbia in 2 weeks. And then get ready for what should be a playoff game somewhere.
Well, Kevin, I would almost think if you're going to get a first down, you might as well try to get a touchdown.
Go to the end zone.
Because the key is protection.
Well, this could be our Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game, because if this one doesn't go with 2:28 remaining, basically they can run the clock out. Need to get to about the 10-yard line for the first down. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side, that's Pollock. Will they go man-to-man? Back to pass Brody, looking at Pollock, fires it, Pollock on the slant, and it is tipped in the middle of the field, incomplete. Great defensive play by Moore Stewart. That was going to be a touchdown if he didn't get a hand on it.
He was there, but again, Moore Stewart was probably playing that. He probably was. He didn't have anybody he was guarding, and he was just kind of playing center field there.
Put me in, Coach.
Yep, step in front.
So that'll be a turnover on downs, and the first turnover for the Braves, technically, at the 24-yard line. Bloomsburg will have it with 2:23 remaining, leading at 32-21. Still not in the 60 range as we've been the last 2 years with the total points scored. So Brocious now will have a sidecar to his right. He will hand it off to Schrader. Schrader will break a couple of tackles, cross the 35, get to the 40-yard line, and Stahl makes the tackle with help from Maddox Hoover and some extracurricular discussions going on. And we have a penalty here or a timeout? Timeout.
No, timeout, Shikellamy.
Yeah, it is a timeout.
And that's their last one, isn't it?
That will be their 3rd and final timeout, yes. Taking a look at our WKOK.com scoreboard. Caleb Long back at our Blue Hill Studios on the audio broadcast, updating things there. Hollidaysburg back in play with Selinsgrove. It's now 42-7 Hollidaysburg. Line Mountain with a 54-8 win over James Buchanan. Also finals tonight, Warrior Run 42, Hughesville 7, Montgomery 57, Holy Redeemer 6, South Williamsport 28, Muncie 20, Mount Carmel 35, Central Mountain 13. Shamokin shuts out Lewisburg 38-0 at Bucknell University's Christy Mathewson Memorial Stadium. Mifflinburg throttled Central Columbia 65-3 down the road in Almedia at Blue Jay Stadium from where we are right now. And then coming up tomorrow will be Wyalusing traveling to Athens. Be 1st and 10 now from the Shikellamy 40-yard line. Bloomsburg with the football. And Broch is just trying to run out the clock now with 2:16 to go, and the Braves with no timeouts. Might need a first down yet. So Brochus will get it, go off the right side. Spun down at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, Bryce Broomball with the solo tackle that time.
Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. And with the play clock started in 35 on that, that'll run it down to just about a minute 25 if they take all the time off.
They've been able to get yardage on that play all the time. So, I mean, they run it down, they pick up another 4 yards, run it down, pick up another 4 yards, and the game's over.
Coming up in the audio broadcast, we'll have our Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game. Make sure you check that out. Ryan McDonald, our technical director tonight. Riley McDonald on the camera. Caleb Long on our audio broadcast production, as well as WKOK.com scoreboard. Brochus fakes the pass. Didn't think he was going to throw it. He comes to the near side, and there is nothing but green turf. Cuts it to the inside, makes 2-man miss, then gets tangled up in traffic at the 32-yard line. And part of that, I think, was just staying in bounds and just keeping the clock running. I don't think he would have normally cut that one back into the middle of the field.
Got another Brave down.
Yeah, back at the 50-yard line. So we'll have an injury timeout with 1:14 remaining.
Well, I'm looking at Braves on crutches and Braves on slings.
It's been a rough game.
It's been a rough game for them.
Then they got a game coming up 1 week from tonight at Ironman Stadium in Danville. Danville has been struggling this year and had another night where they had kept things close with Loyal Sock for a while. And Loyal Sock now with a 27-12 lead in the fourth quarter at Ironman Stadium. We'll have that game for you on WKOK and on our WKOK Sports YouTube channel. Big thank you to Brian Albertson, the athletic director at Danville, to get us all set up. And Jeff Ryan, the IT director there in Danville, getting us all squared away for a stop at Ironman Stadium 1 week from tonight. And the injured Brave is William Keeger.
Is it Kiger?
I'm sorry, Kiger.
Or Kiger. Senior,
I knew that.
I believe he's a senior.
He is.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bloomsburg might want to pop another one in here.
I don't know. With 1:14, the way this game's going with all the injuries, I think I would just take a knee and be happy.
Well, I wouldn't want to get my.
And that's what they're going to do. They're right now. They're already in victory formation, and the deep back is Moore Stewart at about 8 yards off the ball.
That's a mystery to me about not using him in the first half. The second half, he came in and did well. Then he limped off. We thought he was done, and he came back in and made probably a touchdown-saving play here.
And you know what? That's one of the finalists for the Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play.
I got one, though.
You got one?
Yeah,
all right, we'll talk about that in a minute.
I have one.
So next week we'll be at Ironman Stadium. The Sunbury Motor Company pregame show on our audio broadcast will be available at 6:30. 6:55 for the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. 7 o'clock is kickoff.
This will be the last play, I would imagine.
I would think so, yes, as we're now down under 35 seconds. Brochus goes under center, takes the knee, and Bloomsburg will improve to 7-1 on the season. Braves will fall to 5-3 on the year, and still looking at the number 4 seed right now in District 4. Bloomsburg getting a lot of bonus points on this one. They're going to solidify their spot in the playoffs and most likely a home game now with some of the bonus points that are available in this game. As we wrap things up here on WKOK and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, one of the traditions in Bloomsburg is to have the fire department and emergency services fire the lights up and the horns for touchdowns, and at the end of the game when Bloomsburg gets a win. And that'll be a big win for the Bloomsburg Panthers tonight. Chief, as we wrap things up here on WKOK Sports YouTube channel, your final thoughts.
Oh, the Braves played well tonight. They came back after being down, 26-7, and they just couldn't stop what I would call one of the most dangerous offenses in the Valley, and mainly because of the quarterback. He just makes everybody that much better, and this year he's got a pretty decent line, and those kids did a nice job of blocking for him, protecting him. I just hope these kids that are hurt, it's not something that's going to keep them out of the next 2 games.
Well, a big win last week at home, and then a tough loss here on the road to Bloomsburg, a quality Bloomsburg program at that, improving now to 7-1 on the season. For our technical director, Ryan McDonald, our camera operator, Riley McDonald, the chief, Dave Ritchie, also Caleb Long back at our audio broadcast and on WKOK.com. I'm Kevin Herr. Thanks for joining us on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. We'll be back with the Braves next Friday night on the road at Ironman Stadium on WKOK and on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel. Audio broadcast with the Sunbury Sunbury Motor Company pregame show starts at 6:30 next week. WKOK YouTube channel gets underway about 6:55. Coming up in the audio broadcast, the Shamokin Dam Health Center backbreaker play of the game. Once again, the final score, it was Bloomsburg 32 and Shikellamy 21. This is Shikellamy Braves football on News Radio 1070 WKOK, on the WKOK Sports YouTube channel, streaming audio.